Welcome to today's live show. We are going to be live all throughout the match today. My name's Phil. This is Leicester Fan TV. We're going to be joined by Jamie, Tom, Locks, and as many fans as we can cram in today. Today is Leicester away at Liverpool. Who thinks we can win? I certainly do. Let's get your views in, get your comments in. Join us live for the pre-match show all the way through. We're going to be watching along through the first half and the second half, and we'll go live. We'll keep live at half-time and full-time. So get your views in, get your comments in. This is your Leicester Fan TV watch along show. Yes, indeed. Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. We are live wherever you're watching on YouTube. Thank you for watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, wherever you are watching. We are streaming on lots of different channels tonight, but we want all your views in there. Come on, you blue, says Darren. Vardy loves a goal. I fancy Jamie Vardy today. Do you fancy Jamie Vardy to score a goal for us? Donna says, come on, you foxes. Derek is getting a shout out by Steve. Kevin is getting well carried away here. 6-0, Vardy hat-trick. Listen, Liverpool are missing a few players, but, well, what do you think to Leicester's team? That's a big one. Fee, good evening to you, says, hi, all. Leicester to beat Liverpool. I really fancy it. Chris from Leicester Till I Die, good evening. How are you? Roseanne, could be a Liverpool fan. Who knows, watching that, saying 1-0 to Liverpool. Come on, Leicester, eat the bird, says Sean Sarson. I like that one. Lauren is saying, thought Castagna would start. Let's get Jamie in live from the Fox's Arms in Alcudia out in that there Mallorca. Jamie, how are you?
Evening. How the devil are we? Are we good? Are we all well? Are we expecting a decent game?
I am. I really fancy this tonight, Jamie. I really do fancy this. Come on, let's have a look at this team.
Well, as much as what I predicted this morning, but I thought Castagna would have been in instead of Albrighton. I did say Barnes for Dennis Pratt, so I got that one right. I'm a bit surprised about Castagna. He's probably not fully fit. You probably don't want to risk him. Just be on the safe side. You might make it worse. He might be only 90% right. And against Liverpool, it's a tough game not to be perfect. So I think they're just saving him probably for Thursday night against Braga in the Europa League. So I think that's the reason why you're not seeing Castagna. Ricky P will be playing Monday night against West Ham reserves. So he's coming back to fitness. So, yeah. So I think Castagna is not quite right. Not risking him. Even though we've seen him training, it's not quite right to come for his first full game. If it'd probably been West Ham or Brighton or someone like that, they probably would have played him. But being Liverpool away, no, I think it's right. I think that's a good team. I think it's a good team. I'd like to see an underplay, but you can't play under where all Brighton is, unfortunately. He's not the same kind of player. So I think that's a decent team. The subs as well, you've got Under, Nacho, Dennis Pratt, Chowdhury, Thomas, Morgan and Danny Ward. So you've got Under to come on when they're a bit tired, a bit leg weary at the back, because Liverpool haven't got the strongest of sides out. And we'll just have to hopefully Under comes on, super sub, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, I think, Jamie, the Castagna debate, and it's interesting, we want fans to get their views in. Don't forget, we've put the link out there, and I'll share it again in these comments to see if anybody wants to join us to come on as ever to chat. I think Castagna, I think he is right that he doesn't play today, because normally when you've had an injury, it's kept him out for a couple of weeks now or so. You've got to ease players back in. To chuck them straight in at the start and then something go wrong, it is never a great place, is it?
I mean, especially having a dodgy fetlock like he's got, you don't want to pull it up again and he'll be struggling. Give it, then he'll do it again. He could be out for a bit longer and we lose him for another one. Because our injury list, I mean, I don't think Liverpool have got any injuries. I think they've got a full strength side. I haven't heard any injuries for Liverpool. Have you, Phil?
Well,
yes. I'm not sure whether they've got many injuries or not, but we don't want to make ours any worse. So Yes, Mick, I think we do. An early goal would settle us down.
Yeah, indeed. Locks is saying you think it's going to be closer than we think. I think a lot of Leicester fans, Jamie, feel a bit too. I feel too confident. Maybe it is Liverpool.
Yeah.
They are. What are they? World Club champions, former Champions League winners, current Premier League. You know.
Yeah,
be honest,
they know how to win things. They know how to win things. Their squad, it's their team. I'm pretty Fabinho. He's only had 2 training sessions, so whether he starts blowing up towards the end, so we might be able to get a bit of pace behind the back towards the end. But Robertson's playing, who didn't play for Scotland in the midweek because he was injured. So I don't know, but it's a decent team they've got. There's a couple of names. There's one name there, Jones. I've never heard of Jones, this Liverpool player for Jones. Never heard of him, so God knows who he is. But it's a decent, 2 decent strength teams. So
yeah,
we've come up and they've come down a little bit. So hopefully it will equal itself out a little bit.
I think a few people talk about Albrighton in mixed terms. I think one thing he always gives you, Jamie, and we've talked about this for a lot of times, is he is a steady Eddie down there. He is defensive duties. He does well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he gives you 110%. As long as he keeps away from Mane in the penalty box in the last minute, we should be all right.
Yeah, indeed. Well, obviously no Mo Salah for them, but sticking on the Leicester side at the moment, Jamie. I personally, it's tricky, isn't it, with all these players? I have been really impressed by Dennis Pratt. I feel I'm not quite sure where you get him in that team, but I feel we missed something with not having Dennis Pratt in there. I'd probably sacrifice Harvey Barnes if anybody to get Dennis.
Yeah,
Pratt
but that gives us a bit. I think he's gone for the bit more pace with having Barnes and Vardy up top with 2 real pretty big Fabinho and Matteo, whatever his name is. They're a bit slow, so hopefully the pace at the back and Maddison with his creativity. That was probably why Maddison's in. But like you say, Dennis Pratt, he's like, where do you play him? You either love him or you hate him. He's in that kind of position that I don't know. He does well defensively, and I don't know. It's hard to put him in there. If we had 12 men, it'd be perfect, wouldn't it?
He's another player, a bit like Mark Albrighton. I think he is one of those. Consistency. I think Dennis Pratt always gives you that 7 or 8 out of 10 performance. Harvey Barnes and Maddison can both give you a 10 out of 10 performance, can't they?
Yes, certainly true. Albrighton never lets you, like you say, Albrighton never lets you down. Vardy never lets you down. It's just one of them things, isn't it? It's just we've got to get on with it. If that's a pretty decent team, we've just got to get on with it. Get it. Go on.
No, I was going to say, I'm just going to read out some fans' comments, and then I know we've had people already. I'll put this link on screen so that you can see it. Wherever you're watching, that's the link. Just click on it and come in. I know Ross is waiting to come in. Jack's waiting to come in. I can see Sean and Chris. So we are going to get them all in there. We're just running through. I want to get as many fans' comments in there as possible first, and then we'll add whoever's clicked in. Kingdoms says early Vardy goal is being predicted there. Evans at the bookies. Sorry, Jamie, what were you going to say?
No, he just made some very nice comments on my show this morning. Oh, Kingdom. So cheers, Kingdom. Hopefully more of a regular show, more regular comments and that. So thank you for making them comments this morning.
It's great. We're getting more and more fans coming in and giving us views and comments. Don't forget, wherever you're watching, please like and share.
Bring them all in, Phil. Come on, bring them all in. Let's see what they've got.
We are live. We are live all the way through the first half, second half, and after the game. Chris says, "Don't risk Timmy Castagna until it's a long season." I think he's right there with that.
Correct. I agree with that comment.
Paul is saying Fofana has dyed his
hair
blonde. I haven't seen that.
In training, he kept it covered up, and then somebody whipped it off, and he was blonde. Remember when Scotty Taylor did it when in the playoff final? He was like, and he's done exactly the same. He's blonde. He's bleached blonde.
Looking Neil, to that.
First goal will be crucial. Just don't need to get the crowd on our backs. Once we get the crowd on our backs, that'll be a problem.
Looking forward to it. Also, hope the Foxes break Liverpool's home win streak. Yes, Jamie. Stato, talk us through that one.
Well, in 1981, we ended their 63 league game run. Patrick Byrne and Jim Melrose scored. That's it, yeah. There we go. And today is the 64th game again. Exactly the same. Let's hope we can do it again. So it'll be 2 63 league games on the trot if we beat them.
Brilliant. We've got fans waiting to come in, Jamie. So let's
bring them on.
Let's get them in. I'm going to add in Sean first. Let's start with Sean. I know Ross and Jack are waiting, but Sean, I want to get your score predictions. Sean, can you hear me, Sean?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, good
How
Sean.
How are you, Sean? You all right?
I'm fine.
What do you think? What do you think the score will be tonight, Sean?
Well, I think it might be 1-1.
Oh, you going for a draw, are you?
Because it might be a tough match, and
Yeah.
I think we can beat them, but they need to push and push.
Yes.
It's in the defending.
Yeah.
Because I think on the bench, I think I might put on Thomas.
Luke Thomas. Who do you think will score, Sean? Who do you think will score the goal?
I think Jamie Vardy from the
penalty
spot. Yeah.
Good lad, Sean. Cheers, Sean. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us, Sean. Let's get Chris in. Chris, where's Wally?
Where's Wally?
That's me. It's because I'm doing a TV quiz on Facebook live in about 20 minutes. So I know it's
got the football's on.
Game, I know.
Well, the football. Oh.
Well, Chris, look, let's be honest. I think you've answered the question. Where's Wally? What's your score predictions?
Very much answer the question. Yeah. No, I've gone for 3-1 to us, but I think they're going to score first.
Oh no, I couldn't be doing without them scoring first. The nerves and the pressure.
We've come from behind a few times this season. I think we can do it again.
But we haven't lost away from home yet, have we?
No.
You're quite very confident there, then, Chris.
Yeah. Yeah, I am. I think. I've seen Liverpool's lineup. I've seen our lineup. I was a bit surprised about Castagna, but at the same time, I'm glad for Farmer's in the squad. He was my main concern. Under's on the bench. Possibly Barnes is seriously on form at the moment, so I really think you're trying not to laugh, aren't you, Phil?
I'm just laughing at you, Chris.
I can see you trying not to laugh.
Honestly, where's
it's hard not to. I thought you were wearing a Liverpool top to start off with, Chris, when it first came on.
No. Absolutely not.
Chris, thanks for joining us. We'll see you later, hopefully.
Ta-da.
See you, Chris.
Where's Wally?
Oh dear. What do we do? Listen, somebody's just put in here. Imtiaz has just put a comment on. He says he feels sorry for Perez doesn't get a look in again. Jamie, is he on the bench?
No, he's not on the bench. He's not on the bench. I don't know. If you it's probably just the way he's playing now, where the way Brendan Rodgers is playing with 5 at the back or 3 at the back and 5 in midfield, however you want to call it. It probably doesn't fit in that formation, unfortunately. He'll just have to grin and bear. He'll probably be on the bench for the Europa League, but I don't know. I just really don't know about Perez, what's happened with him, unfortunately.
Joanna's saying Little West failed a bet or dare to bleach his hair just like Perez did. I'm not sure on that one. Do you know why he's done it?
I've got a clue. I just thought he did it just for the joke. Probably lost a bet.
Probably was. Piritesh, don't know if I'm saying that right. Watching on Facebook says today Vardy is the key player. But Liverpool can do anything because Klopp's there. Yeah, it's going to be a real tough one. Let's add in Ross and Jack. Chaps.
Yeah. Here's the deadly duo.
You two. That's what I had to ring because you are like a pair, aren't you? Really? I suppose I should ask you two. When are you starting your own show on Leicester Fan TV, Jack and Ross? The Jack and Ross show.
The JR show.
Yeah, the JR show. Yeah.
Who shot JR?
Good old Jim Ross.
Yeah.
Perhaps it should be who can shut up J and R.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jack, come on.
That's
Jack, let's start with you, Jack. What's your views on this team? I'm going to put it on again just in case anybody's not seen it. What do you think to it?
It's about consistency, innit? I think Brendan showed consistency and confidence in the players that he's put out. One change to the Wolves team, which he's brought Barnes back in. I think that adds an extra pace up front, which I think we need against a team like Liverpool. When they come forward, we can break on the attack, and then I think it's a more confident team. I'm happy with it. It shows the experience at the back with Fuchs, and I don't think JJ's got nothing to worry about, really. So hopefully we win.
Jack, we seem to be settling on this 3 at the back sort of formation now, don't we?
Yeah, I think we started it against Manchester City, and from that point, it's not really gone wrong, has it? It's just stayed confidence, and you've got to confide in your manager, really, of whoever he picks. You've just got to back it.
And Ross, we've done some chit chat about Albrighton and that. What's your general take on today's team, Ross?
I think it's a good side. I think obviously it's too early. I think too early. You said about Castagna. I think just wait until Braga. Don't want to rush him and get injured again. I think it's a very good sign, and obviously, and there is much negativity tonight because usually there is, and always makes us better when there's negativity.
We've got rid of the negativity. Let's not bring it back. It's taken ages to get rid of it.
When there is negativity, we end up winning more. So that's the thing as well. There we go. Top of the morning to you, as you say.
No, I'm just reading Andy Meadows' comment there. The Jack and Jill show.
Ooh, wow. Okay. I will just say which one's which, but
Who's?
Go on.
Adams also said, take your Christmas decks down, man. It's November. I've got to be honest, all ours have been put up today as well, Jack.
Ours are up as well. Ours were up 2 weeks ago.
You've got to get in the spirit, haven't you, with this sort of with quarantine and that. You've got to get in the spirit, innit? It cheers you up, innit? Like, we've not had it since March in the UK, and we need something to make us happy. And I think looking forward to Christmas this year is something we should be all talking about, really. So I'm quite happy with it.
Patrick says to you, Ross, you're wearing the right top for today.
Yeah, I like this one. It's my favourite one actually, and the maroon one. Obviously, just before I go, cause my son's actually staying another night. He wanted to stay. He wanted to watch the game with me.
That's good.
Which is good. He thinks Vardy's going to score again. He always does. I think we'll win. I hope Mendy scores because then Foxy Loxy will. That's his name. I think we should call him that from now on. Foxy Loxy.
Don't say Foxy Loxy. It's stuck in my head all day. It's stuck in my head all day. Foxy Loxy.
Well, you got Foxy Loxy and Supermarket Tom. He's always at the shop. Not this week, but every week he's always been at the supermarket, innit? On every Sunday. So, Ant and Deck, as I call them. No, which would be quite funny. No, I think we'll win. As I said, on your aftermath, pre-match, whatever show math it's called. These days, just the Jamie show.
I think they'll have to change the name to the Jamie show.
The J show. That'd be pretty cool. No, I think I said 3-0. As I said this morning, Vardy with 2, penalty will get 1, and Tielemans. But you just said then about he's got no problem. Someone said no problem with that right back. No one knows about. Let's not forget when we played Sheffield United last year. Nobody knew Luke Thomas, and he got man of the match. Yeah. So obviously, just because we don't know him does not mean that they're not going to be a threat. So they've still got a good side, Liverpool. I've seen it. So let's just we've got to take them seriously. Let's keep our heads up high. And you said about Foxy Loxy, shaving his head and stuff. Why did he dye it? Why did he dye it?
Yes.
Dye it. What colour? That should be a new. A question at the bottom of the thing. What colour should he change his hair to?
But then he could change it every week, then, couldn't he?
We've got to get the result right first before he does it, and then we have a vote on it, a poll on Leicester Fan TV. What colour?
I think pink, like Freddie Lundberg did it, if you remember.
Ross and Jack, we'll see you guys later, okay? I'm going to let you crack on and get ready for the game. See you guys. We'll let those two go. A few comments in, and then I'm going to add in Matty Bond is in the room. And
in the house.
Tom is there as well. I'm going to add them in. Don't forget, Locks and Tom are going to be live throughout the whole of the first half and second half, which isn't
Locks is pushing it a bit, isn't it? Locks is a little bit late.
Jono's reminding everybody who didn't know, Fafana's gone blonde. Kingdom's watching on YouTube saying 3-0, wish I was that confident. I reckon we'll sneak a win. But I hope I'm wrong, though. I tell you what, sneak a win would be fantastic. Let's add in Matty. Hi, Matty.
You went to hear my score prediction.
Hi, Matty. How are you
doing? Hi, Phil. How are you? Hi, Jamie.
Good.
All right, mate.
How are you, Matt? How are you going?
Yeah, good. Good, thank you.
And there's Tom. Good evening, Tom.
Evening, chaps. All right.
Is that your Christmas jumper, Matt?
No, it's actually look. It's
Oh, I thought it was a Christmas jumper already.
No Christmas in my house yet. Like,
Bar humbug. Nay.
Matty, talk us through your pre-match views today. Pretty strong-looking Leicester side.
Yeah, I've been pretty positive all week, Phil. To be honest with you, I mean, if we're going to have a crack at these lads, it's going to be today. I mean, start with it's an empty Anfield. You get sick of hearing about their injuries, as we've all been talking about all day.
They've got injuries. I didn't know they've got any injuries.
Did you not hear that, Jamie? No,
I didn't say that. I must have missed that bit in the news every day this week.
But I mean, we've proved we can cope with our injury problems that we have, and I think today, if there's going to be a day, today's the day. I like the lineup. As soon as it came out, I said it's very strong. If Brendan's happy with it, so am I. Possibly slightly disappointed that Dennis Pratt is in the side, but again, like somebody said earlier, where would he fit? You know, I mean, I think it's a real positive, because I think it's a really positive lineup going forward. That's the way I took it when I saw the starting 11. I don't know what you lads thought, but I think it's a really positive lineup.
It is. I agree with you. I do agree with you.
Tom, yeah, let's bring Tom in. It does look a strong lineup. Where Matty was just saying there about Dennis Pratt, and we had a little debate on it. For me, I do feel like he gives a bit more stability when he's in the team. If you've got Barnes and Maddison and Vardy, great going forward attacking wise, but sometimes a bit like Okazaki used to do it, and sometimes when Nacho's on, I think Pratt offers you a bit more glue to bring in, maybe having a Vardy and a Maddison. But what's your take on it?
I thought Dennis would have started tonight instead of Barnes. That's where I'd placed in my team. I thought Maddison would start, and I thought, Pratt was going to float in around that kind of area up front. We'd seen him done it the last few games, and he's played it really well in that position. Quite happy with the team. Quite happy that we're not risking players by rushing them back. I think we've done that before. Do you know what? It also shows the faith Brendan has in that group of players that have played the last 9 games without Soyuncu, without Ndidi, without Cassagna, without Pereira since March, that they're not just going to be chucked on the bench, and that against the big clubs like tonight and the big games, that you've done the business so far, lads, and you'll keep your places, and the other lads are now got to work their socks off to get back in this team. What I think is fantastic from Brendan, and it gives the lads a little bit of a lift.
Yeah, absolutely. Matty, before we go, because obviously we've got to hand over in a minute to do the watch along. Yeah. Game kicks off in just over 5 minutes. Matty, what's your score predictions for today? Anfield's a big place to go and come away with any points, isn't it?
Oh, massive! Yeah, I mean, I said earlier in the week, I'm going for 2-1 Leicester and a Vardy brace. Fingers crossed.
A Vardy brace. Confidence there from Matt. Thanks for joining us, Matty. We'll see you again later, hopefully. Cheers, mate.
Thanks, see you later. Bye. Cheers, lads.
Thanks, Matty. Enjoy the game. We'll let Matty go. I think Locks. What was it? Foxy Loxy? I'm not having...
Foxy Loxy. No, I'm not having that, Phil.
Baldy Locks. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
What should we...
Foxy Locks. No, just Baldy Locks.
Baldy Locks and the 3 bears.
Hey, up, he's got his Christmas tree up.
Yeah, I like that one.
Foxy Loxy, really?
That's what Ross is calling you now, Foxy Loxy.
I've not been called that since my my school sweetheart romance.
Let's not go there.
The
This is a football chat. Yeah.
Oh, Foxy Loxy.
I'm going. That's enough.
Yeah.
See you later. Bye.
So, Locks, thanks for joining us.
No, anytime, of course. It feels like I haven't seen you all in so long with the break.
It's good to see you've gone for Christmas tree up as well, Locks.
I haven't gone for it. The other half has. Trust me, it's not my idea. Not at all.
It looks like you're an alien with it sticking out your hair, to be fair. The top
I know. Yeah, let me... there we go.
Hey, he's got a decent connection, so leave it as that.
Yeah, don't jinx it. It obviously, I've had problems recently, but for now, it's all right, so...
He's had problems with his cabling.
Yes.
Fair enough. Tom's a bit more sensible and not got problems with his cabling, have you, Tom?
He's just got a garden shed.
Locks, happy with the team?
Yeah, of course. I mean, there we go. Obviously, as Jamie said earlier, and a few people have said, Castagne, no need to rush him back. I did expect to see him on the bench maybe, but it's obviously not a problem that he's not. We've done fine without him so far in the last few games. And yeah, obviously, I was expecting to see Pratt. I did think I'd see Pratt. But obviously, he's had games, hasn't he? He's had international games. Maddison hasn't. Barnes hasn't. So, suppose his legs are a little bit fresher. So, yeah, it's an interesting one.
That's a good point. It could be, Jamie, it could be as straightforward as that, couldn't it? Just
yes, I think so.
Some of these boys have played a lot of international.
Maddison's had 2 weeks up. Well, not 2 weeks off, but no games. Pratt's been on international duty, carried on training at full intensity, played some time with Belgium. So, yeah, so it's probably just resting him a little bit, which is fair enough, I think. It's a long old season.
Yeah, indeed. Guys, it's nearly ready. Time to hand over to you guys. Remind us, Locks, what is today's bet? Now we're changing it, that it might be you dyeing your hair, mate, because then we can do it every week.
No. There was some talk on Friday about wearing a wig and a dress to my next show. It might have been any of that. It's Baldy Locks, right? It's not Foxy Loxy.
Keep the Foxy Loxy bets coming in.
No, the Baldy Locks bet is actually I think it's Matthew's prediction, was it? Leicester win, Vardy brace. Was that his prediction?
Yes, 2-1.
That's the Baldy Locks bet. So if we win and Vardy scores a brace, zzz.
Do you know what, Locks? You're getting a bit slack with some of these, because that is not unbelievable bet, that one.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's more likely to happen than Fofana scoring against Leeds. So I think that's a fair one.
I think the bets are getting easier week on week, because I think you started off saying, like, if Christian Fuchs scores the 5th goal and we win 6-1 away, you'll go Baldy Locks.
This is the last easy one for a while. Next week, who have we got next week? Fulham?
Braga Thursday night.
Braga. Braga. We'll have to see.
Fulham.
I might not have any hair to shave by then, so we'll have to wait and see.
Right, chaps. The game is about to kick off. Tom and Locks are going to be taking you all the way through the first half. I'll be back at half time, and then we'll be live at full time for a fan show. Okay, thanks, Jamie, for joining us as ever.
See you all later. Adios. Top of the morning
to you. Later. Kick us out, lads. We'll see you later.
There we go. Here we go, Tom. So watch along. We've not had one for a while. Bit of a different setup.
Nice international break, eh?
Yeah, I've got a Christmas tree now behind me. That's going to annoy some people. It's annoying me just looking at it.
Oh, come on, mate. Where's your Christmas spirit? It's been a tough year.
Well, yeah, but it's November. Come on.
My tree's up. My tree and I up this weekend. I've joined the revolution.
Was that your decision or the missus?
Both. We both said to get it up for the kids.
Well, I said to my missus, like, I don't want it up, but so if you want it up, you're doing it yourself. So she's done it. And there we go, as you can see. So right, we're about to kick off. Who's kicking off, Tom? I hope we're at the same time.
I've got Alisson standing in my picture at the moment.
Now Klopp.
Yeah, now Klopp. There we go.
All right. I might be a second in front of you. What was your prediction then, Tom? I didn't get to hear it.
I went 2-0. I went for a Vardy goal and then Under to come off the bench and score his first goal for the club.
Yep. Okay. Mine is. I'm going to go with it. You know what? I've changed my mind. Earlier in the week, I was really confident. I've changed my mind. I'm going to go for a 1-1. A 1-1 now, I think. I'll take a. Would you take a point? Would you take a point today?
Of course, you take a point. I'm not having all this about injuries and stuff like that. Every club has injuries. Liverpool are having it worse than most at the moment. We had it quite bad at the beginning of the season, and we're still waiting for players to come back. But look, I mean, their team on paper still isn't bad. I mean, Roberts at the back, Malip, Fabinho, and Milner as a back four. It still is a steady back four in the Premier League at any level. In Nketiah, Van Wijnaldum, Jones, it's not a bad midfield three, and then Mane, Roberto Firmino, and Jota up front. I mean, that matches most. I mean, yes, their bench looks weak. I mean, if you look at, you've got Williams, Clarkson, Phillips. Ooh, fair play again.
Yeah, I mean, as you were saying, obviously, guys, we have kicked off now. About 45 seconds in. But as you said, Tom, I mean, they have still got a front three that is capable of dealing damage to any team in Europe. Any team in Europe.
We know Jota. He scored last time he played him. He scored a hat trick for Wolves. It's no easy meet, that player isn't. And I think Liverpool got a great bit of business at 45 minutes. And Jota runs into the box, pulls it back to Mane. Nketiah shoots and it's deflected wide. It'll be a corner to Liverpool. And we're a minute and 17 in. It's been a very good start for Liverpool, and Leicester been on the back foot for all that minute and a half now.
Let's quickly read some comments out just while the replay is being shown. Lee says, "Come on, Vardy and Leicester players." Jono says 2-2 for him. As you can see here, guys, just as Liverpool are about to get a corner in from Milner. If you watch on YouTube, drop us a super chat, help us grow and get bigger, and subscribe as well.
Ball in. Flicked on at the near post by Manny and into the side netting. It was a good chance for Manny. He'd gone over the front man and he had a free header there. For me, he should have done better. He'd get away from anyone marking him.
Yeah.
It misses Vardy at the front post. He gets in between Vardy and Fofana. And
I think that would beat Casper if it was on target.
On target, he's got a good chance of going in. That would have done.
And yeah, you can't miss Fofana this week on the pitch because he's got his slim shady hair. So.
Sure, you don't want to do that to your hair?
I've done it before, mate. Believe it or not, we'll have to get a picture up one day. But I've gone blonde before, and it didn't go well. I wouldn't say blonde; I would say ginger, to be fair. So that got dyed back straight away. But yeah, how do you see us? I mean, obviously we're a couple minutes in now, Tom. But do you see us, playing similar to the Arsenal, Man City games where we sat back and then later on Barnes with the ball in the box?
Ooh.
But do you see us playing that similar kind of setup?
Yeah, I think you've got to be careful against teams with all the quality. Many on the ball down the left, little slide ball. It'll go up, headed away by Jones. Still in the box on Maddison, who tries a reverse flick.
It's called for a handball.
Peeling for a handball there, Maddison is. He's clearly felt that the ball's hit in a handle, so it'd be interesting to see a replay. Liverpool on the attack with Mane. He's cut inside for Fofana. He tried a little slide ball and Johnny Evans will intercept and have time to clear. Albrighton will clear up the line and it will run out of play. But the referee will stop it and go and check this because I don't know where it hit.
It's done.
It's already been done. VAR have already said no penalty. Ooh, hold on a minute.
Well, I mean, I'm not being fair. That's never been given against Liverpool, is it? Let's be real.
If you're giving penalties that Man U got last night, then that's the same. But hands away from the body, then why is that not a penalty?
His hands raised, like it was by his side, and as the ball comes in, he's raised it.
That's to me the same. This is where the consistency, and this was me and you having a discussion last night. For me, the penalty for West Brom should have stood. He kicks the player first and then kicks the ball. It's a penalty. It doesn't matter how hard he's kicked him, and yes, he has gone down and made a meal of it. But in the same one as the Brighton game, it seems to me because they didn't give a penalty to Villa in the 90th minute, the referee has probably seen that before the game in the night time gone, well, if I get one the same, I can't give a penalty. I
think Chris Kavanagh there, the referee, was kind of explaining to Madders that I think he said, I'm not a lip reader, but I think he said he can't move out the way. But I mean, I think that's as much of a penalty as the one against Wolves with Kilman, where it's hit him on the hand.
Vardy, Madders tried to get Vardy in down the right from Fabinho, came over and Covenant headed out. If he misses, Vardy's through.
A couple of people saying penalty, a couple of people. And the white kit, it's our first game in the white kit, I believe, Tom, this season.
Didn't we play away?
In the league? In the
league, yeah. I was going to say, in Athens was played white, didn't we? But yeah, I mean, like you say, it's going to be a tricky one tonight. You can't show them too much respect. I think we did that in the 4-0 defeat at the King Power last December, and we got absolutely punished for doing that. I also feel, as I said before in the last few weeks, Rodgers has somehow managed to go, do you know what, I've got to give up the way I like to manage and wait to play with the possession and go a little bit less possession and use the players I've got inferior to what he'd normally play against the better teams, because we physically can't keep the ball long enough against good teams who pressures high and then try and break them down. We just struggle. So sitting back a little bit more and then counter-attacking really does suit us when you've got the pace of Barnes, Maddison, Justin, who's now pushing down forward. Down the left goes. That'll be a free kick. Yeah, he clipped his box. Fabinho came over and covered in the 18-yard box. And Justin just clips the back of his heel and he'll go down, obviously, and play for the kick. But nice little build-up play between Barnes and Justin down that left-hand side to free him.
I mean, Andy said here, moved his hand towards the ball. That's what's got me, Tom, because his hand did as
thought it came
Maddison hit the ball, it was very quick, but he raised his hand a little bit. Obviously, if his hands were by the side, then yeah, it's not a penalty, no chance. But I don't know, it didn't take them long to look at that either, did it?
Going back to the Wolves game, though, I mean, there was an interesting clip at half-time in that game where they went to the VAR hub at the head office of Premier League. Is it St George's
Stockley Park?
Stockley Park, sorry, for the refs. And you could clearly see, is it Neil Strawbridge, the head of the referees, saying to him, he's clearly like in a running motion and he can't move his hand. So I think then the referee was telling the VAR, you've made a mistake. And I think Carragher and is it Michael Richards on the panel at the time at half time?
Yeah, maybe,
basically the same, that how can he get his hand out of the way when you're trying to run? And for me, they've got a point. When you're trying to run, it's very hard to suddenly stop the hand motion from going anywhere. And this whole thing of if it's inside the line of the player or where's this, the rules have got to be made clearer, because at the moment, good ball over the top, Vardy flicks it.
I thought it was going to be offside, but
he's played advantage now. The referee would have been offside. Vardy flicked it on, but Maddison if he'd missed Vardy, I think Maddison would have been in. But Vardy got a touch to it, meaning then as soon as it landed at the feet of Maddison, it was off Roberts with a long ball and goes over everyone's head straight to Kasper Schmeichel. Good little play again, though. We're looking for that ball over the top. What I think we might target today with Fabinho and Mappé at the back, because they're not the quickest two at the back to be looking at. No,
not at all. Obviously, a lot of Leicester fans, including myself at some stages, Tom, getting excited about, the lack of first team players in the Liverpool squad compared to normal. But obviously Brendan Rodgers, our players, they're not idiots. They wouldn't have surely not gone into this game complacent, because as we've said, they've got. I mean, this team, I would say, is better than the team that Brendan Rodgers led to second place in that when he managed Liverpool. You know what I mean? It's a better team than that. So, go on.
I was going to say, I think there's probably one or two players, if you could probably mix and match into there. I mean, you'd probably say Gerrard wouldn't be far off putting that midfield.
Well, yeah.
And you'd probably say Suarez would be strike force of them, because, a fit Suarez. I know he likes biting people, but he is absolute class on his day. Bar that, I can say this team is very, very good, and they're missing some key players. Liverpool break again. Jones slides it. He will fall to Ketia on the edge of the box. He'll slide it back to Jones. Shots.
Good save.
Saves. Goal. It'll be a corner kick for Liverpool, and we're 9 minutes in now. Bang on.
And we may
Liverpool cut through us very easily there at times. Fall to the edge area, and fair play to Ketia there. Most players with a shot of it. He looked up for the reverse ball back across to Jones, who took a lovely touch to get it out of his feet in the shot. And Kasper made himself big at the near post, but again, too easy there for Liverpool to cut us apart, playing through the lines very quickly.
And they'll have a corner now, Liverpool. I think Robertson.
Swing by Robinson, near post, headed away by Vardy, edge of the area, shot by Ketia, saved by Kasper through the crowd as well. So good save by Kasper. Leicester will go long, but it'll go to the goalkeeper Alisson, who play out from the back. Tried to go long, but sweep a keeper there every time.
Curtis Jones, I rate him, Tom. He's a good young player, and he's got a lot of quality on the ball.
Talented, very talented. Head screwed on as well. What I'd like to see from a young lad. Doesn't seem to be one of these wants to be in the spotlight. You like, I'm going to say them Foden, Jack Grealish. He's saying that Mount, these players are all on, like to be out and about and seen, where I don't really hear much about Jones, at all.
No.
He keeps himself to himself. What I think any young player needs to do nowadays, because if you keep your head down, you've got a chance of being very good and successful if you've got the talent. I mean, we're looking at another player. For me, if I could have signed him back in the day, I would have signed him, and that's James Milner. What a player he's been. What a player of the year he's been for all the clubs he's played for, from Man City to Villa to Leeds. I remember coming through at Leeds and thinking this lad's got potential, such potential, and he's gone through brilliant stuff. He has, really has, and fair play for him doing it at the age he is now.
Well, I was going to say, Tom, obviously, for Leicester, we've got players like Fuchs and Albrighton who can come into the team and do a job, and that is one of the best players in that role to have it, to be able to come in when there's injuries and do a proper job, and that's James Milner. So quality player.
I know you'd say that about that's what Fuchs is really. Fuchs comes in and does the job, as you're just saying, and Johnny Evans has that experience. Leicester are playing out through the middle of the park here. Harvey Barnes on the ball, go to Albrighton. Albrighton got the Rhine. Still keeping the ball. Tillemans kicks it straight to Jones. Look, I think he was trying to get more loft on it and go over the top, but kicked it straight along the ground into Jones's foot from Tillemans there. And Liverpool again will come down that right-hand side.
Guys, as the comments says here, come on, get your comments in. Let us know what you think to the game so far. Any questions, anything like that, me and Tom will get them on screen. We'll discuss them. But yeah, Liverpool just kind of passing it around here now. They've shown, glimpses that they can kind of get through, Tom, haven't they? And we know that they will be able to. And it won't be for the last time this game. Fofana driving forward.
Yeah, ball out wide to James.
Fofana.
He's on, and Fofana's in the middle. Oh, it's overhit from Justin. He won't keep this in. I think he's offside anyway. No,
look at him, eh?
He
driving forward, eh? He went for it.
And he'd gone, didn't he? He passed the ball inside to Madders. Madders went straight wide to Justin, who flew down the left and whipped in the cross. Now Fofana coming in at the back post, but just too much on the ball.
Thank God he didn't make many of them runs against Leeds, eh, Tom, when I had that bold get on.
He would have been panicking.
Oh, big time, big time. But it's good to know that he's got that in his locker, eh? To just drive forward like that. And, I'm sure we'll see more of that.
Of course it is. Of course it is. I mean, like I say, it's scary. We're raving about a 19-year-old after, 6 games in. He's played for the club now. And everybody's talking about him. All the national papers, this superstar that Leicester have got, another one, are going to find. And it'll be a shot from Jota, saved by Casper.
I thought Mane would have been offside there.
I did as well. So Liverpool still on the edge of the area.
Yeah,
and
there we go.
Has gone offside now, yes. As the shot came in, Mane had run into an offside position, and because he ran towards the ball, obviously the flag then goes up. I mean, again, too easy for me, cutting through the lines again, and edge of the area. Jota cuts in and hits one with his right. Good save by Casper. A nice height for him, but a bit too easy there for getting through again. Once again, very easy to work our way through. We've not started that great, if I'm honest. We're 13 minutes in. We're giving the ball away a lot to Liverpool at the moment, and I know obviously we're trying to probably counter-attack a bit more than we normally would in certain games, but against teams like Liverpool, the quality they got, you got to protect it. If you give them too much time, then they are going to cut us apart.
And Klopp and the boys there, they're gonna be expecting our second half, push, aren't they, Tom? Do you see us waiting until the second half, or do you think we're just going to take this steady and try and get a couple of chances on goal before then?
I think we'll take it steady and hope we get a couple of chances in the first half. I think Klopp's a great manager. He's not going to be silly. He knows what Leicester are going to come and do today. He's probably watched the Arsenal, the Liverpool games, and gone Leeds, even the Leeds game, how we played compact football and broke away for times. He also knows that Vardy only needs half a chance, and he'll be drilling that into all those back four. That if you give him a chance, he's going to take it. So we will get a couple of chances in this first half. I think if you do, then brilliant, and you take them, even better. It means Liverpool got to come out in more. Oh, ball breaks to Jones. Jones will play it down. Fabinho. Mane on the left-hand side, one-on-one with Johnny Evans, done him, and then runs it out for a goal kick. I mean,
pressure.
That was all down to a ball rebounding off someone's knee, and next minute Liverpool were in. So a bit of luck there for Liverpool on that break.
Just whilst we have a chance, Tom, because there's been chances left, right, and centre. Here's a question for you and all the people in the comments watching. A load of you watching, so let us know if you watched my show on Friday. We were asking this: are we title contenders, Tom?
No.
Because we like it that way, don't we? Underdogs.
One, the way we like it. Two, it's way too early in the season to talk about a title. Look how close the top 5 is now after today's results and yesterday's results. I mean, one win for Everton, it suddenly pushed them back up the league. Tottenham winning and they went top. Was it yesterday night? Man City losing again. It's too early to call in this season. I think, as I said before, with no crowds in the stadiums, it's making it such an even playing field on most of the games now. I think we're now realising without fans how much of a difference it makes. And it's a product, and it is without fans. For me, it just isn't football at the moment. The sooner the fans get back in the ground, I think it'll make it a lot better for everyone involved.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, good win back there by Maddison.
Ball, Tillemans, go back to Fuchs. Fuchs will hold the ball. He'll go down the centre. Lovely turn by Barnes. Little 1-2. Oh. Again, Fuchs with the ball through the lines and build up play. bit like Leeds United away, and it was a great turn for Mari Barnes because it was fired into him, a bit like the Maddison turn, half turn and go. And he looked for the 1-2 with Maddison. They got in there because if not, I think he probably was going into the box.
There's a comment here from Keith Tom, smashing it for the title. If we win this one, it's in the bag. I wish it was that easy, Keith. I do wish it was that easy.
Top Vardy, just too long, but it was the right idea. Yeah, I mean, like you say, mate, I thought already this season, and Everton won the league, and Villa won the league, Tottenham's won the league now this season. So, come on, it's too early in the season.
Chelsea's the funny one. I've heard people talking. Have you got, Rory Jennings on the? Yeah. He's convinced Chelsea have won the league. So,
I'll be honest, mate, that was one of my predictions for the start of the season. So I thought Chelsea, with the signings they'd made, they would be challenging this year, and that's the scary thing to make for the title. I really felt that Chelsea would be up there. Ball will fall to Roberts, who will volley it wide on the edge of the area. I felt Chelsea would be up there at the beginning of the season. I generally feel the signings they made were what they needed to make, where the squad was a bit weak. They've got a quality striker up front. They've gone and got themselves a left midfielder who can whip in crosses. And it's always going to be difficult when teams like that got the money to burn what they have. Look, we know what we can do. We'll quite happy to be the underdogs and sit outside there and take our chance when they come. I think what frustrates me more, if you go to the Tottenham game yesterday and you listen to the aftermath of that, and you hear the commentators saying it was a masterclass in how to beat Man City. But Leicester beat Man City 5-2, and it's Chelsea were off. Man City were off their game that day. They gave silly penalties away, and Leicester just sat deep and played negative football. It's frustrating when you hear that. Then hearing someone say, actually, Leicester played brilliantly and got the game plan spot on. That's all they did was the same as Tottenham done. Fofana win the ball back. Well play for Fofana. Brilliant play there. Ball goes wide. Roberts will chip. Keep it in. He has kept it in. Crosses it. Don't dive in there. Good play for Fofana again. Edge of the area with Ketia. It's come all the way back to Fabinho, and they're on the halfway line playing it along the back.
Yeah.
But Fofana there jumped in front of his man and won the ball, and then brushed his man out of the way again.
Fee says, I believe we are. I predicted it personally in the 15-16. You predict what? Fee, come on. At the start of the season or halfway through, let me know, because surely you didn't predict. I mean, there were people who put bets on, but I think when you put a bet on Leicester to win the league, it's not really a prediction. It's just here we go. Here we go. But let us know, Fee. Let us know if you did predict it at the start of the season. Obviously, halfway through, then I believe you. But yeah, wow. If you did believe it, if you did predict that at the start, then fair play to you.
They'll go wide down the right. Wide. Milner, first time ball, little flick by Mane and full straight into Casper's arms. But again, very easy to get the ball out wide there. Barnes hadn't really tracked back to his man. Remain the shame they're doing masters. What we do, I'm just being realistic. I think now that just the way we are, just look, we've done fantastic over the last few years of the club to get into Europe and stuff. And I'd love us to win another title. Don't get me wrong. I never thought I'd see us win one Premier League, let alone being challenging for one up to last Christmas time. And this year being top for a few weeks as well. I mean, of course, we want to be up there and doing it, but I think I'm just realistic sometimes where the club can be with the squad we've got. But we'll see. For me, will be once you get Sancho and Didi, Cassagna, Ricardo back in the squad, really how good this team can be. Yeah. I mean, Jay says, I hate to say it, I don't think we are going to win this game. Sorry, I thought it was going to say, I don't think we're going to win the league. But no, Jay, who knows? Look, it's an open game. You know what, though? You can just see it. They are playing little bits of really good football still, Liverpool. And here's Shots in again. Johnny Evans comes over, covers, and it will be a corner kick. 20 minutes in, and like you say, it's been all Liverpool for the first 20 minutes. They have been all over us, and we're struggling really to get out at the moment.
But we've seen it before. So fingers crossed, Tom. You got those lucky headphones on. Have we conceded a goal, Tom, on our watch-alongs? Please
Leeds.
Tell me.
Yeah, Leeds weren't it?
Yes.
2 minutes into second half, Leeds.
Was that one goal we've conceded? Oh, yeah, don't jinx it. Oh,
own goal. Corner into the box. Johnny Evans, I think it's just smashed off his head and gone into the own net. I don't really see what happened there. It all happened very quickly. And it's 1-0 to Liverpool after 21 minutes.
I can't believe I'm blaming myself for that, guys.
Ball in, misses everyone's. It literally hits Johnny in the face and flies in. He literally goes to head it the other way, and he's just flicked it straight past Michael. There's nothing Cass can do there. He's not in a foul. No, you can't say it's a foul by Mane on Johnny Evans. It's basically just smashed Johnny in the face. He's tried to clear it, and it's gone the wrong way. 21 minutes and 1-0 to Liverpool.
Fee says there, oops, talk about a jinx. Yeah, I know. I do apologise. That's my fault. Keith there, we're getting relegated. Christmas time. Yeah. Liverpool on another attack here with Mane on the left side.
1-on-1 with Mendy at the moment. He'll go
Through
wide to Roberts.
Gets the ball in.
Oh, fair play. Good defending there by Fuchs, is it?
That's a foul.
Yeah. A foul and free kick.
The ball was in the back of the net, but from Jota, but someone's pushed Casper there, and he looks a little bit hurt, but it is going to be ruled out, disallowed.
So
that's not what we needed, though.
No, ball was going down the left, cut it in, came back out from Fuchs, who crossed to Roberts, who curled it in. Casper caught it, and everyone, both Liverpool players, I think it was Jota and Firmino, both just piled in on Casper as he claimed. Oh, both of them piled in on Casper. Put him in the back of the net, but he's up now and he'll take the goal kick.
Going from here, Tom. I mean, how do you think? Because obviously in the past, I suppose we conceded a goal against Man City, didn't we? First, Man City went 1-0 up, and we punished them after that. But I suppose just after conceding the goal, I mean, that even though it was disallowed, that attack there, that's not what we wanted at all.
No, of course not. I mean,
go on. Yeah,
it's a tricky situation, but again, for me, as I say now, the modern day, that's got to be a foul. Referee knows. Free kick. Play on. Vardy into the box. Cuts it back. Barnes! Oh, he's missed it. Oh, Barnes. He tried to side foot the ball across into the far corner, and it's gone wide.
Great play from Fofana leading up to it. Gets the ball into Barnes there. Barnes puts Vardy through. Vardy gets a really good ball back into the box, and Barnes should be putting that away.
He's got to test the goalkeeper at minimum. I mean, what we're talking 8 yards out, and he's dragged it wide of the far post with his right foot. For me, you've got to test the goalkeeper. This level, that's where Barnes is his weakness, his finishing for me. We've said it so many times before in games, and that's the chance. We're not going to get loads of chances in these games, and that's one of them gone. So we've proved we can cut them open at the back now. So hopefully that will give the lads some confidence. Go back to your point for me, it's game management now. Don't go too gung-ho. We're only 20 minutes into this game, and let's reset ourselves and, then regroup and then go again and hope we get another chance, just like the one we've got.
Yeah, I mean, Mayoya says anybody can finish anywhere the way this season is looking, Tom. I mean, we could finish first, we could finish 11th. You literally have no idea what's going to happen. I mean, look at Villa, the start they had.
Ball into the box, flick on by Mane. Covered by Fofana. Mane and free kick.
It's going to be a foul
on Tillemans, but I think you're right. But I like to say, it goes back to not having fans in the ground. It's an open season for anyone, and I think you're seeing that with the likes of Sheffield United, who are really struggling this year by not having their fan base, having that raucous crowd they have in that Bramall Lane really hit them. I think because some of the games they've lost. I mean, you would have gone home bankers today. For me, I would have had that home banker with a crowd, but against no crowd at the moment, with no confidence against West Ham, they just don't know where to get the goals are coming from for them.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we've been attacking on the left there, haven't we, Tom? Most of our attacks, most of the times we've got forward, it has been on the left. Obviously, that's because Robertson is obviously at left back for them, so we've been attacking the opposite side, you'd imagine. Fofana, good win. Good win.
Keeps it in play. Oh, he fell over. That's unlucky. That is unlucky for Fofana.
Very.
Great interception again, and then literally, I think the ball would have stayed in play, and he just fell over as he was going out. His foot went.
Yeah. Fee says, come on, Leicester. You got to win this to go top and above Spurs. It would be nice, Fee. It would be nice. How do you think Milner has done in his right back position so far? I mean, look, he's steady, isn't he? He's driving up now, going to get ball in the box. Well, nearly. Is it a corner? Does that take a deflection?
To Liverpool, yeah.
Yeah. But Milner can defend. Milner can pass. He can, he can attack. He's got it all, hasn't he? Well-rounded player. So he was always going to do a job for them.
Leicester have no depth, which is how they didn't get to the top 4 last season. We'll fail again this season. I don't know. I mean, I think we've changed a lot in this. You know, the players we brought in has given that more depth. Because Sanya can play in a right role. Oh, Muppet heads over. But again, good chance could ball into the box again by Liverpool, and it heads over the bar. But Liverpool looked threatening. He got away from his mate Justin, and Muppets probably think he should have done better there. I mean, last season, yeah, I think we did see it. But I think for the signings we made under Cassagna, Fafana is where we needed to sign players. Yes, we'd all loved another striker to come in, but we all know the modern day to go and find a 20-goal striker is difficult, and go and find one that's willing to sit behind Vardy. So I was saying Callum Wilson, you know, Callum Wilson ain't going to come sit on our bench for fun. You know, he doesn't want to be playing games. He wants to be getting back into that England squad. You know, it's difficult. You're going to sign someone and say, you're going to come, but you're going to probably sit behind Vardy for most of the season. And then you've got to sort out what you do with Nacho. You're going to be like, oh, Casper gets Johnny into a sticky situation, recovered by Johnny, will play out from the back. Fair play, Johnny Evans there, you know. Casper, oh, that's a nasty one. That's going to be a sore one on the back of the leg. So,
yeah,
Kessie went straight down the back of Maddison's legs there.
I know we've just been discussing Mr. Waffles' 69 comment. But yeah, I would, to be fair, I would have agreed with you on squad depth, the lack of squad depth at the start of the season, but they've proved me wrong. I think they've proved a lot of people wrong. We're, you know, until yesterday, obviously, well, I mean, we've just spent 2 weeks at the top of the table. So that doesn't happen from having no squad depth when so many of our key players have been out injured. All Brighton on the pitch now, he's one of them, you know. Fuchs at centre-back. Justin's played at centre-back at times. So, you know, we do have squad depth now, and they've made me regret what I said at the start of the season when I was slagging them off, because I was saying, you know, we need to improve the squad depth. It's not good enough, and you know they've proved us wrong. So as Fee has just said, agreed locks. There we go, guys. Look, we've just discussed Mr. Waffles' comment. You guys get your comments in, and we can discuss them. So let us know.
Fafana cuts it out. Ketia back to Roberts on this left hand side. Back to Nketiah. Back to Mane. Tries to reverse back to Ketia, but he'll pick up by Jota, who will lose it, and the ball will fill in the middle of the park for Barnes. Barnes will run, and he'll keep running, and he'll go through everyone, and he will run past everyone, but Matip will just stop him, and Alisson will clear it. But again, good to see Barnes trying to go past people in that centre of the park. Yeah,
and for anyone who's just recently joined, I'm sure you know anyway, but it's Liverpool 1, Leicester 0, an own goal from Johnny Evans. Unfortunate. But yeah, nothing Casper could do. What'd you say?
After Locks jinxed us.
Yeah, literally a jinxed us. We're saying that we've only conceded 1 goal on these watch-alongs, and literally 3 seconds later,
balls in the net.
I won't be saying that again. I can assure you of that. Next year, we've only conceded 2 goals. No, I'm not saying that.
Oh dear. Ball be in the park. Bob Firmino will go wide to Curtis Jones. Milner's on the ball in that right side of midfield there on the halfway line with Mappets. You'll go all the way back to the goalkeeper, and Liverpool start again. Again, we'll be now 29 minutes in, coming up to half an hour, and we've had a couple of chances. You know, Barnes for me has to do better with the one he had, and the ball when Fafana was breaking up there, if it's better, it's onto his foot. Then let's have a one-on-one at the back post. Again, we haven't really created much in the first half an hour, and we've looked a little shaky at the back. But again, to be 1-0 down at the Champions, I think you take that after half an hour.
Yeah. Just before there's another attack, Tom, you know, sticking with the Christmas theme we've been talking about. Do you like my stocking? How's that, eh?
Oh, mate, that's nice. Spot on.
It's nice, isn't it? Hey?
You should have put a B in front of it, though.
Baldy locks, yeah.
I'm a bit concerned, though. Everyone's gone quiet about your hair tonight. Where are the duo? H. That's nice. Fair play, sir.
Not bad, eh? They're not bad.
Ball swinging.
99p home bargains.
Oh, can't beat that. Fafana will go along with the clearance to Vardy's head. Vardy will win it, but the fall to James Milner, who will come back across the middle of the park. I mean, Liverpool are at the moment picking this ball up for fun. We're not winning any seconds balls. We're very rarely winning the first ball when we're trying to go along to Vardy. Left foot. Off the left foot.
Yeah, literally, yeah. You need an half of right foot.
Liverpool get away. Maddison will give to Vardy. Vardy will run at Liverpool, and he'll get barged off with it. It won't be a foul. Good defended by Curtis Jones there, if you're honest with you.
They're playing out really well.
It just proved that Vardy was isolated on his own. Ball slid in. Manny down on the left-hand side will be one-on-one with Jack.
No.
Yeah. Manny cuts inside, knocks the ball away, runs straight into Evans, and the referee gives a free kick bang on halfway of the 18-yard line, right on the edge of the area. I think that's harsh. I mean, where's he meant to go? If you're going to not give a penalty for not moving the hand out of the way, how can Johnny Evans get his body out of the way if he runs into him? I mean,
I hate that. It's one of my pet hates of, obviously can't help it, but yeah, he can't go anywhere, and obviously he's going to win the foul. So, and now Robertson and Milner, it will probably be Robertson who takes it with his left. He's got a good chance to get a dangerous ball in the box here. Players lurking. You got Jota, Firmino. I'm sure Matip will be in there as well. Mane. Oh, we'll have a look now. Robertson just about to swing this in.
Yeah, Roberts to swing it in. Goes to the back post. Matip free header. Oh, and it drops
Firmino
wide.
tried to get on the end of it after Matip headed it back in.
That was a bit close for my liking, be honest. Yeah, Matip got a free header who's being marked by Barnes. Barnes completely lost him. He lost Barnes for fun. I'm not sure why Harvey Barnes is marking a centre half and honestly there anyway. But as the ball came back headed across the goal, Bobby Firmino was at the back post trying to get a flick on it.
I think he's their tallest player in the box as well, mate, Matip. So Barnes was on the tallest player.
What's a bit strange for me, surely that should be Fofana or Johnny Evans' duty marking a centre half. But again, the way we defend in corners and free kicks, we don't defend it as man for man. We do half and half, or half zonal and half man marked. It's a bit strange for me. I'm not a fan of the old zonal. I prefer everyone have a man and it's your man. If something happens, you're the one who needs to then react to it.
Thoughts on the ref, Tom? Jay said the ref is awful. What do you think? A couple strange decisions, I would say.
I think he's been steady, Eddie. Like I say, a couple of strange. One, the handball. But again, if he's waiting for the VAR, can you blame him? He's going to use it. If the VAR aren't going to give it, then you can't really blame the referee that decision. Especially how quickly that happened. It wasn't like it was a slow-mo, like he's tried to cross in, it's flicked his arm. It's a back heel with a long ball over a flick. So, by that, he's done all right. Like I say, that decision there kills me because I don't get, if you flick the ball past someone, how can they get out of the way of that player?
Yeah, completely agree. Obviously, in our last watch along, Tom, we had the Wolves and obviously Jimenez, Mexican. So we had a load of Mexican fans in the comments, and obviously we were discussing. I'll pause my story for a moment because Leicester on the attack here with James Justin. He has a shot.
Oh, and it just goes wide. He tried to bend it. He's crying out for a corner kick. He's saying Alisson's got a finger dip.
Yeah, I thought he saved that, but we'll see now on the replay. Good cut inside. James Justin kills it. It gets a header.
It does flick off Mappett's head by the look of it. He just cuts in and he goes for the shot. Clearly flicks off his head and goes wide. I mean, I don't think it was going on target at any point, but still should have been a corner for Leicester.
But as I was saying, look, I can't even tell the story again now. Liverpool are on another attack. Good interception for Fofana. Keita.
Manny onside and puts it wide.
But yeah, basically, I was talking about the soul. So we had some Mexican fans on last week because of Jimenez. Obviously, he plays for Wolves, and they were teaching us a bit of Spanish, weren't they, Tom? So if anybody in the chat knows any Spanish apart from Jamie, because we know he does, give us another bit of lesson. Give us we learned that Cerveza Sol is Sol beer, and I learned that C is yes. So yeah, let us know. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be Spanish. Let us know something else. So just to fill the time whilst we're not getting pummeled by Liverpool.
Bowing it, referee, come off it, ref. He's just barged him in the back, Justin down the left-hand side. Oh, Vardy's got to be offside there. Is it a corner kick?
It is. I think it's a corner kick.
I don't know how Vardy was. I've got to see this one again because we got it looked like Manny got sad. We did a little 1-2 between Barnes and Justin. He takes a deflection off the Liverpool foot, so he can't physically be offside because the ball was going backwards. So he was onside. Vardy would have been onside if he'd managed to get a shot on goal. Corner to Leicester. 35 minutes in and 30 seconds. Need some quality now. Look for that man with the blonde hair, Fofana at the back post. Would love a bullet header to go in from him now.
Easy target for Fofana's hair.
Ball whipped in. Ooh, headed away. It was heading towards Fofana as well. Mendy clears up nicely at the back though. Fair play, Mendy, but under pressure there from Jota, controls it.
I never fancy Michael with them little risky kicks. I don't. Just after that Bournemouth game, Tom. Let's not talk about that. Let's not get onto that. But as you can see in the chat, guys, please click the like button on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. If you're on Twitter, retweet and like. If you're on Facebook, like and share. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe and hit the little bell notification as well, so you'll be notified whenever we go live with a watch along or a video, whatever. So do that. And as well, if you are watching on on YouTube, drop us a super chat if you can and help us. So Matthew's here. Hola. Mayoa says, how did Mane miss that? Well, it was a bit of a tricky one. Was he? Yeah,
anyway.
Offside.
Yeah, he was offside. They showed the replay. He was offside. If he'd scored, the flag was going. It would have been ruled off anyway. Even if the liner hadn't put it off, he was a good 3 or 4 foot offside compared to everyone else. But again, we've had a half chance with Vardy there. Won a corner down the left. Roberts, brilliant touch from Roberts there to hold the ball up. Liverpool still got it. Roberts will lose it. Maddison will.
Oh, that's a foul.
Maddison. I mean, where's the borderline of a yellow card and what's a yellow card and what's not a yellow card? Because for me, there, Robertson hasn't gone for the ball at all. He's gone straight through Maddison's legs and taken him out, and that's for me it should be a yellow card in the modern day game.
Yeah,
I don't like players to be booked, but we all know Robertson's got a nasty side to him.
That's a foul, is it not? I would have thought that was a foul.
I thought Maddison went down a little bit too easy. It felt the pull on his shirt or a little tug on his shoulder and went down. And I think in this game now, referees are very reluctant to give anything if it's a tug unless it's blatant.
Yeah, now Keita's in the box with it. Fuchs is going to clear.
Just got the line. Justin, don't do that's it. Good lad. Justin will clear it. We'll go out of play, but fair play, Justin, because he could have been trying to be clever there and he just cleared up the line. Referees played on. Vardy's won the ball. Vardy will give it to Tielemans, to Maddison. He'll go left. Maddison gives the ball straight to Fofana. Fofana's missed it. He'll come to Mendy in the box. Mendy will have a shot. Casper will save after the deflection. But again, one ball for Maddison and really poor play for Maddison there. And Liverpool were turning us round and going.
Yeah. Hello, Matthew. Hello to you, mate. Join us at half time with Phil or full time as well. Let us know what you think. Let us know in the comments what you think to the game so far. Coming up to 39 minutes and it's 1-0 Liverpool because of a Johnny Evans own goal. So
that comment from Lee Watts, the refs to blame. I can't see how you can blame the referee for us being 1-0 down. We're 1-0 down because we conceded from a corner. We're 1-0 down because we're not passing the ball well enough. If we just pointed out from that bit there, they're going to show replay. It's an awful pass from Maddison. And he puts his arms out in a bit of like, oh. I mean, again, Fofana misjudged it, goes under in, and Johnny even blocks with Fofana and it bouncing Casper. But to blame the referee for his losing or the ref is to blame, I can't see how you can blame after 39 minutes against a Liverpool team who are just outplaying us all over the park. That we're losing. We're just not passing the ball well enough so far. And hopefully at half time, 1-0 down, Rodgers can get into the lads and say, come on, you can do better than this. We've proved the performances can be better than this. And if you want to go and win that second half, it has to be better than this.
Yeah, I mean, Tom, I still feel like, to me, it does feel a little bit like Man City, really, that Man City game. I think when we have gone on the attack, when we've won the ball back, we haven't been full on, going up in numbers on the attack with them. And I think they've just not been there's just not been a lot of conviction with the counter-attacks. Whereas, in previous games, in the second half, we have punished teams. So I feel like we could still see a much, much, much better Leicester City in the second half.
Oh, definitely. I definitely think there's a better performance to come in the second half. I just think first half, we haven't been at the races. Vardy's been completely isolated on his own up front and we're not giving any support to him when the ball's gone up to him or played around him. When we have got bodies around him, we've seen that the little 1-2s, we can get him behind Liverpool. We've done it 3 or 4 times down that left-hand side with Justin and Barnes. So it's all about, like for me, game management now. Get to half-time. If you get another chance, brilliant. If not, don't concede again. Get in at half-time 1-0 and then regroup.
Yeah, because we've got to say as well, Robertson's going to get a ball into the box. Jota,
2-0.
and it's 2-0.
That was too easy again down the left. I mean, Albrighton did dive in there. For me, that's where the first mistake comes in. And then Robertson gets a free, a chance to whip the ball in, and Jota with a brilliant header. You can't fault him there. It's a great downward header, and Kasper is beaten for the second time, and it's Liverpool 2, Leicester 0.
And he's just one of the few people we said, yes, Liverpool have a weakened side tonight, but they have pure quality in their team, and Jota's been outstanding since he signed for Liverpool anyway, so he was always one to, I think you could argue he was going to play tonight anyway, even if Salah was fit. So it's a good ball in from Robertson, as we do know he can do with his left foot, and then it's taken nicely on Jota's head past Kasper. So that's just gone 41 minutes, and it's Liverpool 2, Leicester 0. As you can see,
just talking about game management, going 1-0, regroup. Now it's a lot trickier. I mean, we've got to get the second goal, otherwise the next goal. Maddison on the edge of the area, go wide. Tielemans have a shoot. Kasper keeps with saves, and it'll be cleared away. But again, that's better play. Looking for the little 1-2, and Tielemans with a good little bouncing shot. What Alisson couldn't hold, but there was no players following in quick enough to get there. But Robson cleared it with a throw to Leicester, who have had the ball and gone all the way along the back.
Yeah, Tom, I think you've just had a Sky Sports notification of you saying that it's 2-0, as I just have. Not great. It's always a absolute dreadful time to concede a goal anyway, as well, isn't it, Tom? Just before half time, so it changes. I mean, look, Rodgers would have had a team talk in mind, leading up to half time, and now it might have changed a little bit. So, but I was going to say as well, Tom, some of these players for Liverpool, they have, especially at the back, they haven't had much game time at all. So you'd feel like their match sharpness, if you like, isn't going to be up to standard with. Well, it's not going to be up to the same level as ours, because obviously these players now, they've played a lot of games recently. So, and there's a couple internationals in there as well.
Yeah, so I'm just watching Albrighton again. Yeah, great play by Albrighton there, really. Turned Ketia inside out. Liverpool, like I said earlier, I know they're weakened and everything at the moment, but they've still got enough quality in their squad to keep going over this period. We can all say how sorry for what we are for Liverpool, but like I said earlier at the start, their lineup is ridiculous, really, compared to what most are in this Premier League. So it's a tricky period for us now. We've 2 minutes to go. Let's try not to concede another one before half time. Let's really, really sit back if we have to. I think Brendan's message will be defend now, lads. Defend tightly. I think Rodgers will probably be very disappointed. I think, like most of us fans, are sitting here very disappointed by that performance in the first half, because to me, it's not good enough for the standards we've set this season. I think we've played a lot better in most of the games. This goes to me to a very much like a Villa performance so far. The West Ham performance, just can't pass the ball, give it away too easily. It looked like we'll concede it for fun at the back. Again, we lost the ball. It was our ball to play with, and we get it straight back. That's a free kick to Liverpool. I think it's harsh. And he's booking James Justin, just been booked. I don't know what to say. Let's have a replay. Did he dive in? Knocks it down line. Oh my God, he clearly won the ball.
That's shocking.
What is the liner looking at there? What is the point of the line? He's standing 10 yards away.
Yeah,
it's a shocking decision for me, man. I'm sorry. That's, and do you know what I feel sorry for? The referee will get criticised for doing that. But for me, he's got no help from the lino there at all. The lino clearly got the best view on there. He's clearly kicked the ball out. And how is that even being flagged by the lino?
Yeah, I mean, I want to quickly go over a couple of comments, Tom. Mike says Barnes ineffective. Dennis Pratt, please. Thoughts on that?
I totally agree with what I would have started anyway. Barnes, again, hasn't done it for me in the first half. Bar is shot what he should have done better with. He hasn't really done much and offered anything going forward. So, yeah, that's the one change you'd probably be looking at. And
there's another comment here about under to come on the second half. There's another comment from Jay. Under on the second half.
That'd be the question, because he's got. You can't bring him on for Albrighton because I don't think he's defensive enough to do that role as a wing back. Means you've got to change formation to a 4 at the back and go 4-2-2, 4-4-2. But I can't see Under coming on yet. And some of the comment on there about Maddison, I agree with that. Maddison's been free kick to Leicester. money in the back of Fofana. Maddison is very quiet, very, very quiet from Maddison so far this game. And if you're honest, that'll be half time as well. And half time, it's 2-0 to Liverpool. But very, very poor, very disappointing first half of football, if you want it, from Leicester.
Yeah, as you're about to see, it is half time. Liverpool 2, Leicester 0. Goals from Johnny Evans' own goal. And then just before half time, a Diego Jota header to put Liverpool 2 up. Hello, Phil. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, we're getting outplayed, aren't we? To be fair, and we look a bit of a mess at the back.
Yeah,
bit of a shame. Anyway, how's it gone first half, lads? For you two,
good, very good. Like say, hard, very disappointing at times trying to watch that performance, seeing that we know we can play a lot better. It goes back to me like a Villa or a West Ham performance. Not good enough. And as we said, we can't pass the ball when we're literally giving the ball back to a very good team to open us up at will.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, chaps. I'll let you two go and have
mate.
a break, and we'll see you for the second half. Don't forget, we are going live throughout the full second half with Tom and Locks doing a sterling job with the watch along. I want your views, your comments on that first half. Johnny Evans, what are you doing, mate? Come on. It's not like Johnny Evans, so I'm not going to slag him off too much, but Johnny Evans, what are you doing? And I want to talk to you about Harvey Barnes, because we get a chance. We've not had many. Harvey Barnes has got to score that, hasn't he? Come on, Barnes. You do frustrate me, Harvey Barnes. I want your views, your comments on it. Let me know what you think to this first half. Amir says a comical own goal. Barnes missing a sitter. Exactly what I'm saying. Maddison and Tielemans actually playing half-time. Changes required. Tyler says by far the better team. This is why they're champions. Keep the faith, though. Fofana is a great player. Just think he needs to not run up the pitch so much. Yeah, I don't think Fofana's having his best game by a long way today. I don't know why he's dyed his hair. Fair enough, but I don't know. Is it a bit too cockiness? Has he looked a little bit too much today? Andy says, I'm glad we're not playing their first team today. Don't forget, get your views in, get your half-time comments in. I want to get as many as I can in this section. And then Tom and Locks are back in there. Jono says, very disappointed with that. I agree, Jono. To be fair, we were really bubbly before the first half. I don't think we're out of it yet. I think, I believe in miracles. But, yeah, Patrick says, reality check, folks. It does feel like that. Listen, that second half, who knows? Next goal is going to be key, isn't it, if we can get it? Chris Pole is saying it's the worst we've played all season. It feels like that at all. James Cameron is saying it's not good. What do you think to Harvey Barnes? Am I being too harsh? I just think a great little move to get the ball there. Right, he's on 7 or 8 yards out. Just hit it. Just hit it hard and low. And Harvey Barnes, he tries to open his body out too much and place it almost. I just think it was a shame. Also want to talk to you about that penalty that wasn't a penalty. Why wasn't that a penalty? Why was that not a penalty? Can anybody explain it to me? These handball rules, it hits his hand. Hand in an unusual place, whatever, it stops the ball going to where it was going to go. Surely that was a penalty, but VAR check it and it wasn't. Peter, I'm a massive fan of Mark Albrighton, but today I am with you. I feel he is off the pace today. He put a lunging tackle for their second goal. He's given the ball away a few times. I don't think Mark Albrighton is having a great game, I'll be honest with you, and big old Michael Brighton fan. No balls. This is where we should have took it to them, and we're bottling it, says Michael. Keep all your views coming in. Tyler says, get Liverpool getting all the decisions again, same as last year. Phil says, get Nacho on, more pressure up front. Would you agree with that? What changes would you like? Jason says, it's poor playing with the side half their squad out for injuries, and we're being outclassed. We certainly are being outclassed today. Tyler is saying he'd replace Albrighton for under. Do you agree with that? Jack's waiting. I will get Jack on very shortly, trying to get as many comments in first. James says, Leicester looking tired tonight and definitely second best. Sorry to say, not overly impressed with the officiating either. Kevin is saying, have we got any midfielders playing? Casey says, drive at them. I still want to know what you think to Harvey Barnes. I don't know what you want to think about the VAR decision. What was Johnny Evans doing with that header? I've watched it a few times. Was he trying to flick it backwards? Was he trying to head it back over the bar? Did he get a bit of a tug? Are we being a bit critical on him? Rexter's watching on YouTube says shambolic performance, no coming back from you. I disagree. I think we can still be in this. I really think we can still be in it. I'm not seeing it, but I'm hoping that we could do it. Sonny says Barnes and Albrighton must be dropping. Neither having a great game today. Neil says we're making them look good. We haven't put their defence under pressure. Has Jamie Vardy touched the ball, chaps? By the time we are, I don't think Vardy's had much of a chance, has he there? Jason saying Albrighton has to get off the park. He just needs to stand up for their second goal. Very unlike Mark Albrighton, that was. He did dive in. I agree, Jason. I think it was not good at all. Get Maddison behind Vardy, says Leo. That's one of the things we want to know. Leo again says 4 at the back. We were just having this discussion. I like the 5 at the back, but going to have to try and do something different today. Carl says we're playing them far too much respect. We're a good team. Come on, lads. Keep the comments coming in. Jack, are you ready? I'm going to add you in, Jack. How are you doing, mate? Yeah, good. How are you?
Yeah, well, what can you say? It's 2-0 down.
Yeah, Jack, go on.
Liverpool have looked good, haven't they? We've not really pressured them the way we need to. We've not really fighted them. We're letting them have too much of the ball, too much space. We're not pressuring them as much as we should.
Jack, let's start with things in the order. VAR, was it a penalty or not to Leicester?
Well, if it was Man United or Liverpool, it would have gone that way, wouldn't it? They would have got that penalty. But because it's a team like Leicester, they don't really get them decisions, do they?
Yeah, Nathan says we've been awful, no fight. I don't think we've been awful, but Liverpool are looking good, Jack. And here's one for you. Carl says, no service to Vardy. Vardy's had nothing, has he?
No. We've not really got in behind their defence as such. I think Tielemans has had one shot, goalkeeper saved it. Vardy's had one opportunity and earned a corner, but that's about it we've seen from Vardy. I think we need to be more attacking and more threatening towards them when they've got that ball. Yeah,
my next question to you is Harvey Barnes. Should have scored that. Should have buried it at 1-0. Should have buried it, Shanti. And Tyler says Barnes has had a few opportunities, but it's always about the final product. Yes, he's quality. Has the potential to be one of the world's best, but it's all about consistency. And that is my thing with Harvey Barnes. If he doesn't start banging a few of those in, Jack, it costs us.
Should have scored. I don't know how he's missed it. He's like scuffed it in it, and it's just gone horribly wrong. You know, any other player would have gone in if that was Salah or Mane or any player like that. You've got to take your chances, and we obviously didn't. And then they scored that second goal, which is obviously costly to us.
Yeah, a few people talking about the midfield. David saying no midfield today. I'm more worried, Jack, today about the defence. The defence looks as at 6s and 7s today.
Yeah, it's like we're putting 11 men behind the ball, isn't it? We're sitting back more rather than going forward, and that's because we're letting Liverpool have too much of the ball. Maybe we could be showing them too much respect, but I think with the midfield, Pratt maybe should have started, in my opinion. But I think it's just difficult, isn't it? There's so many dilemmas in the first half that we can't really have the answers for them.
Ross, thanks for joining us. I want to ask you briefly about Johnny Evans' own goal. That's very unlike Johnny Evans. What was he trying to do?
The thing is, though, he's battling against Mane. I'm thinking Mane is one of the smallest players on the pitch. Like, it's just one of them things. And I think we've gone into the game at the minute with the wrong mindset.
Why? What do you think the mindset is, Ross?
I think the mindset thinking, there's all the injuries they've got as well as us. I mean, they've got all these big guns out. They were thinking we're going to go and wipe the floor with them. That's not how it is. And I hope Rodgers can get it into their heads that they need, in the second half, we need to come out with a rocket up the backside.
That's exactly what Ian's saying here. He says a rollicking needed at half-time and a few changes. Need to take it to them, not sit back and wait for a counter. Ross, would you consider switching it to a back four, maybe?
Yeah, at the minute, yes. I think, Jota has been fantastic. Again, one of the smallest players on the pitch, and he scores an header, which was a good goal. You can't take that away from him. Very good goal. I think Fofana's playing all right. I don't know what anyone else thinks. I think, at least he's trying to run a bit.
I don't think Fofana's having his best, Jack, myself.
No.
I think he's making mistakes today.
I think every player is going to have them days, aren't they, where you're going to be good for a certain amount of games and then you're going to have your bad spell as a player. I don't think you can be great every game. Johnny Evans has been a bit slow off the pace today, Fuchs. They're aiming down that right-hand side quite a bit where James Justin is, and they know exactly where they're hurting us, and it's just proved it.
You think it should have been a penalty?
Ross, Rob's saying Albrighton off, and I do think Albrighton's not having a great game today.
No, not in the.
What changes, Ross? Would you look, not maybe at half time, but for to happen?
So who have we got on the bench? We've got Iniacho, Ward, Chilbrett. I think under, yeah. So bacon peanut butter. Let's just put under. That's a great name. I think under. Needs to come on because every time he comes on, take out the West Ham game. Every time he's always looked lively. He's got a couple of assists for Vardy and stuff. So I think maybe under should come on. Or maybe, yeah, as you said then that you asked me earlier, switch it to a back four. If you switch to a back four, you've got Fuchs on left, so Fofana and Evans in middle. And free at the back. Do it as it is, but get pushed under up and not as a wing back. And actually as a wing back. And then get Justin up there as well. So yeah, I'm hoping we can get the Rockets at the backside, and I hope we can get at least. I think we should go for a draw, but we should still try and go for the win. We've gone down a lot this season. We were losing to Burnley, came back to win. Man City was a big one, came back to win. So hopefully they can do it, I would say. But Liverpool just look quite comfortable. To be fair, and you wouldn't think that they've got all these big players out. You wouldn't think that.
No, absolutely. Jack, before I let you two go, because second half will kick off shortly, Jack, what changes would you make?
I think we've underestimated Liverpool quite a bit going into the game. We've not gave them the respect. We've looked at the injuries and thought, mate, this is an easy game. We'll beat them 4-5-0. I said to Jamie, you got to take every game seriously. It doesn't matter how many injuries you have. I think for me, under's definitely got to come on. Maybe see Kelechi. I think when we do get behind Liverpool, which we have quite a few times in that first half, we can definitely hurt them because they haven't got much pace to get back as such with Milner, who is it, Fabinho and Matip. So I think we can hurt them. We just got to prove it.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant. Thanks, chaps. We'll see you after the game, hopefully.
In a bit.
Cheers, guys. Thank you. See you later. Thanks, guys. I'm going to agree with Joanna. Put a comment on here, and I briefly put it on there. I want to get it back on there. Listening to Jamie Carragher is like painful because he literally is. Joanna says they're sick of listening to Carragher. Oh, dearie me. It's just biased commentating all the way through. It's painful listening to what he has to say, especially. I like him normally, but when he shouldn't commentate it. It's too biased in a way. I hope the second half goes better, says Derek. Indeed. Tom and Locks, I think, are just about ready to come back in, guys. Are you ready to take back over? Tom's there. Locks is there. Chaps. Locks is... Come on, Locks. I still think we can get a draw out of this. That's my heart telling me that. Because my head is saying this could get painful if we don't sort something out, Tom.
Oh, it could be painful, mate. I mean, probably the first half was the worst half we played all season, if we're going to be honest. Didn't control the game at all. Even against Man City, we controlled the game better. We're not having any ball. We just look all over the shop. You can't get any worse, and hopefully Brendan can try and give the players a bit of lift for this second half because they need something, a bit of a spark to get going again.
Yeah, Locks, tell me when the second half's about to kick off and I'll run off. Are we nearly there, Locks?
Yeah, still a couple of minutes, I think. It's 15:15, isn't it? So there was a bit of added time. So yeah, couple of minutes.
Albrighton not having a good game. We've not even talked. I mean, just the defence, Tom. I don't know what it is. I don't want to say it, but I've watched that first half and I've said it to guys I'm watching it with my lads. I've said it feels a bit like all this media praise on Fofana has gone to his head a little bit. That's my take on that. I just feel I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, he's
dyed his hair, and it's
the haircut doesn't help him. We were talking about with Curtis Jones and saying what a sound, very quiet lad he is. You don't hear anything of him. Yeah. I mean, I haven't heard much of Fofana, when he came in bar he wants to come to us, but then he's gone and done that with his hair. It hasn't helped the situation because he stands out like a sore thumb when the ball goes near him. I don't think he's had the worst game. He's made a couple of mistakes and we've got away with it at the back. But if you're going to be honest, it's probably, you know, the whole team as a group haven't performed in that half. And then Casper coming out the second half does not look happy. And I'd hope there's a few rollickings happening at half time from the lads. I mean, you could say we could have got a penalty in 5 minutes in. You've seen them given this season.
I think that was a penalty. I was literally screaming, guys.
It's so difficult now. You don't know what's going to be given and what's not going to be given.
But it hits his hand. It's in there.
And as we said at the time,
it stopped the ball going through.
He moves his hand towards the ball for me as well. But then you can't take out the fact that we've conceded from an own goal, what's very unfortunate. But then for me, the second goal's, you know, you can stop that.
Kicking off now, by the way.
Albright's been superb, but dives in, and then Roberts has it. And we all know Roberts is very good at crossing the ball. We give him time and freedom to put it on a plate for Jota, who's made a great run, and we all know how dangerous Jota can be.
Brilliant, chaps. I'll see you at full time. Enjoy the second half.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Here we go again. Liverpool to kick off second half, and away we go. They'll go back and they'll go long up the pitch. Fafana will win the header. We haven't said that much in the first half.
Not at all, not at all. Not a great first half from the lads, but we have been better in the second half, you know, previously. So fingers crossed we can do something now. I have filled up on a Viennese whirl at half time there. Tom, did you have anything?
A wagon wheel.
A wagon wheel, there we go. My Viennese whirls were homemade. They were homemade, so very nice indeed. But yeah, enough food talk. We are now in the second half. And yeah, just 45 minutes in. So 2-0 down. Can we bring it back? Can we do anything? Who knows? Let's get a few comments in here. Mr. Gamer Jeff, Liverpool are through now. Balls in the box.
Again, I mean, for me, that's Jota should not be winning that ball at Paris. Jota, I mean, it's a diagonal pull to Roberts again, free on the far side, ball whipped to the back post, and I mean, for me, Justin's in front of Jota, but Jota still has that hunger and desire to get his foot around Justin and get the ball first. I mean, that's not good enough for me at this level. You know, for me, the fullback needs to be getting there and doing better.
And no substitutions at half time, we must add as well for either side. I mean, I don't think Liverpool have much choice, really. They can't really bring anyone on. But yeah, no change from us either. As someone says there, no change. Adele says agree with Tom. I think that was about the talk in half time there with Phil. Tillerman's now with it. Back to Fafana. Fafana will spray it wide to Brighton.
Do you not feel though that like there's too many passes where we've gone backwards at this time?
Yes.
I know we do play that, but there was a ball for me there when Tillerman's picked that ball up on the half turn. He should have been first look was wide because Albrighton had already made the run.
Yep.
And there was space out wide, but we chose to go backwards a bit too much at that time. And I think this season, some of the time we've actually looked up and gone forward more than we've gone backwards.
A few times, yes, yeah.
But that for me, you know, that's probably today we've done it more than others. Again, someone put in the comment about showing Liverpool too much respect. Again, I think we had, and we talked about it at the start. Don't show them respect, and we've shown them too much from the start. Liverpool will clear long again, and Manny will try and get onto this, but Johnny Evans will clear neatly. Schmeichel will go to Fafana with the ball on the floor, and we'll go play it again from the back. Man, oh God, that's better. Now we're playing through the line. Barnes through. Barnes has got one-on-one with Mappet. He'll cut it. Left-footed shot, low and hard, but Allerton saves.
There wasn't a clear option for him apart from taking a shot, was there, Tom? I mean, Vardy's there, but yeah, he's not going to get to the ball if he tries to square it.
First time though for me that we've tried to play through the lines and it's worked. First time that Maddison's got on the half turn. First time that Barnes has got a run on his man and the Maddison has looked up and got the ball through to him. Just shows you we can do it and we can play that way. But against better teams, you're not going to get those opportunities much. And for me, once again, problem is once Barnes on his left, it's his weaker foot. He wants to be cutting in there. We all know that Barnes wants to get it onto his right and bend it around the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I agree. Keith says need to get under on. We'll have to see on that.
I think 10 minutes, mate. If it hasn't changed, I can see the subs will come. We'll win the ball back though.
Vardy's through. He's in the box.
cuts it back. Oh, and Liverpool defend. It'll go out for a corner. I mean, once again, Tyler's there for Vardy to win the ball back, knock it past his man into the area, and then pull the ball back. And Liverpool got a man in the way, because if he doesn't block it, that's falling onto the edge of the area for me.
Lovely turn of pace there as well from Vardy, as he obviously does. So it was nice to see him making that run. LF says you can't play 3 at the back against Liverpool. Got too much pace in wide areas.
I think you can do it, but I think you got to look at who we got playing in the wing back position. I mean, I know Albrighton and Justin been brilliant in those positions for most of the season, but if you were to play your natural wing backs who are Cassagna and Ricardo when fit, it's completely different, because they know the jobs. Look, Albrighton's not a natural wing back for me. He's a right-footed midfielder. You know, he likes to get on the right-hand side across it. He's not really a defensive-minded player, but for me, he's been outstanding when he's played there. Liverpool get us again because we're caught out of the back, defending in numbers really to just block it.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything great about defending there. It was just put as many men behind the ball and slow play for Maddison, who will then go all the way back from in our own half to Casper, who will go out to the left-hand side, who's giving it straight to Curtis Jones. Jones gets ball cut out, but it was still Liverpool with Mane. Katia back to Mane, he'll block it by Albrighton, he'll go out to a Liverpool corner. Again, our own making were there. It was our own downfall. You know, Maddison has the ball in our own half, and then looks all the way back to Casper, who's put under pressure, who then tries an audacious chip out wide to Justin on the left, who gets intercepted because it's a poor pass from him, and we put ourselves under pressure once again. Yeah,
I mean, Meza says, despite injuries, Liverpool looking good. They were always going to look okay, you know, at minimum. They were always going to look, you know, good. So, as we've said time and time again, the front three are quality, and they've shown that. You know, they've scored twice, even though one of them was an own goal. Naby Keita here looks like he's got a bit of a knock. He is staying down, Tom, the midfielder. That's not good for Liverpool. They will be frustrated at that. I'm sure Klopp will have another moan at full time about the schedule and all of that. But if he does have to go off,
looking who they can bring on, they haven't really got much options. Phillips, Clarkson is a midfielder. I mean, I suppose he can drop Mane into midfield if they had to, or Bobby Firmino can drop into that midfield and they could bring in Ongog up front. It's they've still got a few players they can pick from. I mean, there you go. There's sub going. Come on, I think it is
Nico Williams, is it, or Clarkson?
Clarkson is the midfielder who they've got. That would be the natural replacement if they're going to go into that, unless they're going to change formation.
Milner might go into midfield from right back. Nico Williams in the right back, I think. I think that's Nico Williams. I'm not 100% sure. We'll find out in a moment. I think there we go. Maybe Klopp's telling Milner to go into midfield here.
Would be the sensible role for them. They've got the experience there, then chucking a young lad in with the likes of Tillemans and Maddison playing through the lines. Klopp will be a little bit worried about probably the first couple of minutes, seeing how easy Leicester went through them at times, especially with that pass for Barnes. But again, like I say, the problem you got with Barnes are playing on the left. He wants to cut inside. His first reactions when he did it, if he carries on, he's through. But he slowed down.
Yeah. Tommy's shrunk. Yeah. Here he is. This is Nico Williams, who will come on at right back. James Milner will drop into midfield there. He'll move forward to midfield, but you know, he's had some minutes for Liverpool though in the past. You know, he played some minutes at the end of last season as well. So can't remember who was injured, or I'm not too sure. Was Robertson injured? Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, he's definitely played some minutes. So Naby Keita will come off with an injury.
He's another one, but Klopp's got a lot of time and willingness that he can do a job. So. He won't be on the bench. You know, these players are playing for a massive football club, so they've got to be half decent to be on the bench tonight for them, even with all the injuries they've got.
Yeah, and remember, guys, if you're watching on Facebook, give us a like, give us a share. If you're watching on Twitter, give us a like, give us a retweet and a follow, of course. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like and make sure you hit the subscribe button, as well as hitting the little bell button, which will notify you whenever we're live. And another one. If you are watching on YouTube and you can, drop us a super chat, drop us a super sticker, one of the two, and help us out. But We are now in the 53rd minute, and it is still Liverpool 2, Leicester 0. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, a goal from Johnny Evans' own goal and Diego Jota. Oh,
Liverpool through. Mane on the edge of the area, and Benzik saved by Casper, and Fuchs with a brilliant header over the top. Christian Fuchs with a goal line clearance because Mane's literally waiting to head it into an empty net. I think it was Mane or Jota, but again we lost the ball in midfield. Milner with a brilliant pass, and Mane was through. He cuts in and tries to bend it. Schmeichel saves it. Jota's about to head into an empty net, and
it's going in. Yeah,
Fuchs comes in and heads it over the crossbar. Superb from Christian Fuchs.
Quality. Fofana there with another little mistake. You could say he was unlucky, but
that whole play came down to one section. Once again, we tried to play from the back. Casper got the ball at the back and gave it to Johnny Evans, and we tried to play out. Ball be whipped in by Milner, header away for Fofana. Great header there by the kid. Tinnemans flies in, doesn't win the ball. Liverpool still got the ball with Fabinho in their half, back in Liverpool's half on the halfway line to Roberts. But again, the whole build-up play there, it was all down to us trying to play from the back, overplay, losing the ball, and 2 balls later, Liverpool are in. Corner to Liverpool once again.
Just talking about Fofana again there. I remember, I think it was the Wolves game. After the Wolves game, Rodgers said, he's not going to have a game like this every week. He's going to make mistakes down the line. Is he 19? He's 19, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 19.
He's 19 years old.
He's a boy playing men's football in some ways.
Yeah, he's younger than me, which is crazy to think. But
to clear the corner from Liverpool, and Liverpool go all the way back to their goalkeeper.
2001, this kid was born. Like, come on. I was 98, but he was 2001. That makes you feel old, Tom. 2001. Playing for Leicester City, £30 million player.
86, I was born. Thank you. Yes, that's going back some years. Like you say, yeah, he's not had the best, but I wouldn't get on his back after one game. I don't think out of all of them, you're going to pick him as the shocking performance. If I'm honest, Maddison's going to be one of those I'd pick out and go with. It was a very poor half from him. A little bit better the second half of the pass to Barnes. Barnes was quite expected a bit more, seeing that Barnes didn't play against Wolves. As it only came on a sub. Liverpool in again. Jota cups in on the right. He'll have another shot, saved by Schmeichel. Straight across the goal, off the post. Oh my God, we are 6 and 7 at the back. Fuchs will clear. So Jota got the first shot away, saved. He got off at the ground quicker than anyone else, runs and picks up his shot after it was saved, pings it into the near post, and it flicks off Casper, flies up, and I think it's a header by Mane that hits the post. Liverpool come again.
That's a foul.
That'll be a foul, a free kick.
Yeah.
But again, desire and hunger there by Jota to win the ball he just had a shot with. Where's the defenders? Again, it's a poor header by Johnny Evans. It's a great bit of play by Curtis Jones to roll Jota in, who takes on Justin and does him. Justin and no one stays on the floor too long. Ball back along, and Firmino flicks it up. It's really poor from Leicester at the back this evening.
Yeah, call me cynical, Tom, but I think now we've got to make a change. We have to. At this stage.
Can I just say that hits the post off Johnny Evans heading it against the post. So if it had gone in, that would have been a second own goal for Johnny Evans tonight. And what you say, we're now 15 minutes, it's coming up to 15 minutes. Andy Maddox just said it. This is painful to watch. This goes back to the game last season when we got trounced 4-0. This is really that very poor from us tonight. And, these players have got a lot to play for with the likes of the lads who are supposed to be coming back in the next couple of weeks.
That's what shocked me, Tom. That's what shocked me, because there's a couple of players here who haven't had the best of games, who are at risk of losing their place in the team. It's difficult. For me, it's time to make a change, Tom. What about you?
Where do you start? If I'm honest, I'd probably take off Barnes and put Under on. I'd probably take Maddison off now and bring on Pratt. There's the two obvious ones you look at. We got half an hour left. You got to try and make something happen. And bar the Barnes chest in the first couple of minutes, second half, and we haven't had another chance yet.
No.
And we're the ones chasing it now. That's the problem. Get Evans out of there. Again, that all came from Johnny Evans' very poor header. Down to that. The whole of the, I wouldn't say the whole back four. I think the whole team we've been very poor defensively. We've let Liverpool play through us so easily. There've been too many spaces. even now you can see where the spaces are. We look all over the place.
Yeah.
Again, they're looking for the diagonal ball. Albrighton reads it really well this time, and we'll try and play. Liverpool are shutting us down for fun. That's got to be a foul, referee.
Nope, clearly not.
See, I don't get that. You were given a free kick in the first half of Manning for a block.
Yeah.
But that's basically what the player's just done to Mendy, who nutmegs the player, goes to run and gets stopped, but you don't go foul. Man on. Oh, Tillerman's
We're just struggling to play out here, Tom, massively.
Liverpool are literally cloning us down. Every time we'll go long, but
See a sideways pass.
And then we'll go backwards again. It's just Liverpool have just tactically got Brendan's been outdone today by Klopp. You can't say any more than that. Tactically, they've been better.
I mean, you'd argue he's the best manager in the league, Tom, Jurgen Klopp. So, and he has got the better of Rodgers at the minute. You know, can't deny
definitely. that. We do not know how to play against Liverpool. We don't seem how to work them out. How we can break them down. The last few games, we tactically seem to get slaughtered at the moment. And tonight, you can't blame Rodgers a little bit, but also some of the blame is goal on the players because we can't put two passes together. That's better down the line. But again, no one's in the box. We're whipping a ball in to an empty box. I mean, someone's got to be making a bit of an effort to get in there. Albrighton's going to put a ball on a plate into the area, but there's no one there to even put it onto. We'll win the ball higher up, though. This is better.
That's foul.
Free kick. So when Georgie went out and dived in on Mendy and goes to the back of it, it'll be a free kick.
Here we go.
There's the two changes we just said. Dennis Pratt and Under to come on. So I presume it's what we would say Maddison and Harvey Barnes.
Yeah. Or you could see an Albrighton come off, mate. You could see a back four with Fuchs at left back and Justin at right back with Fofana and Evans at the back two. So we'll have to see now who's coming off. It could be Albrighton. We're going to a back four, but we'll have to see.
I mean, that one there, lads, we're playing the champs, not all doom and gloom. It's not doom and gloom. It's just we have not turned up against the champions. I think Vardy's chance. We're not taking it. It was onside.
Not a penalty. Not for me. He's asked for a penalty, I think, there, Tillemans. Yeah, that was a bit, I don't know. We'll have to see that again.
Quick free kick over the top. Oh, Vardy's off the bar a mile.
But does it come off it came off?
Yeah, but when it came off their defender, so he can't be offside position to start with. You ain't getting a penalty there, Tillemans, by the way. I think he was claiming a corner, but yeah, the first touch just gets away from Vardy to get his shot. If he gets it away first time, I think he probably scores there. As soon as it bounces up, the goalie's already on him.
Barnes is off for Dennis Pratt. And who is off for Under? We're about to find out. Fuchs.
So he's changed formation and gone to 4 at the back, would you say?
Yes, but who's at right? Who's at left back and right? Justin at left back,
Albrighton at right back, Evans and Fofana centre-offs. Midfield of Tillemans and Mendy. 3 across the midfield there, then of Under, Pratt and...
It's another poor header as well, but just a minute ago there by Evans. He's
Maddison.
Had a few of them.
Yeah, so Maddison, Pratt and Under across the middle, Vardy up front.
Something's got to change, Tom. We've got... What's that?
He's tried to chuck some creativity on there, but also Lee Maddison on there. I could understand what he's trying to do. That's better. So Pratt will go down the right-hand side. He'll hold the ball up. Pulls it back. Under will have the ball. He's going to keep running with it at the edge of the area. Looks for the 1-2. Goes back to Pratt wide. Whip this in, boys. Oh, headed away. But bit better play. Oh, Tillemans. That was a big gun-ho there for Tillemans. He got lucky that it broke to Justin. Justin down the left-hand side.
Come on, lads. Come on. Maddison.
I agree with
Fofana.
Keith Goddard, I completely agree with you, mate. I was at Palace when he got destroyed and we lost 5-0, I think it was, and Albrighton had played right back under Pure. And we got absolutely battered that day because Albrighton got absolutely targeted.
Whether you think it or not, right wing back and right back are 2 different positions. You know what I mean? You can play it. He can play it right wing back, can't he? You know, he can do a job there. But right back.
Tillemans again. Tillemans' game has been shocking tonight for me.
Yes, I agree.
Completely shocking, considering his international couple of weeks. He's been brilliant for Belgium with his goals and his passing. He didn't touch him there, referee. Didn't touch him. Well played, referee, because he went down like he been shot. Judson will keep the ball on the edge of area. And Leicester are getting a bit of pressure now on Liverpool here and keeping the ball better than they have all game. Maddison will turn. He'll run with it. He'll dribble on the edge of the area. He's got to look up. That's a better pass. Look for the overlap. Under with a shot, it'll be blocked on the edge of the area and go out for a Leicester throw.
A lot of men behind the ball here now from Liverpool, Tom. Look how quickly it can change, eh? Positive change, though. Positive change.
Oh, yeah. Again, like that's the most possession we've had all game, isn't it? Little back here, Albrighton will run. He'll dink inside one man, dink inside two, and then fly a ball out and he'll go for a goal kick. He couldn't wrap his foot around that after he'd done the second little nutmegs all around the player.
And are we going to be susceptible to a counter-attack here, Tom, do you reckon, in this last half an hour? Because we've it's only been a couple minutes here, Tom, but we are kind of going for it a little bit more now, aren't we?
You're always going to be for a counter-attack against Liverpool. Like I said at the start, they got, Mendy could be in trouble here. It'll be a yellow card minimum for Mendy. He's gone through Georgie Wijnaldum there. Yeah,
it's going to go for a VAR check, do you reckon? Wouldn't surprise me with these lot.
Don't remind me of that. I almost lost my voice shouting at Pure that day. Yeah, he's talking about Palace.
Crystal Palace.
We got trashed. I think
that
it could be checked here. Is it high? He could be in trouble. I generally think he's attempted to win the ball, though. I don't think he's gone in. No, don't think he's gone into out the play. Generally think he's gone to win the ball. His studs are high though on the ankle.
It doesn't look like it was checked for long. Wasn't checked for long.
I think they're happy that the ref's giving a yellow card there.
It was a bit like, who was it the other day? It was Ian Atcher, wasn't it? Do you remember in the Europa League game?
Yes, mate.
He had a bit of a nasty tackle there, mate.
I think he would have been lucky if there was VAR in that game to stay on the pitch, because I think that was a lot worse as well, because he was quite high on the leg. Yeah,
totally agree.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we are going to be, if we're going to push on with the amount of players, the forward-thinking player we've got on now, of course, we're going to be acceptable for the counter-attack.
Yeah, exactly. Just Liverpool just passing it around it. I mean, they're going to be happy with the 2-0 lead, aren't they, going into this stage of the game, Tom?
Look, mate, they're going to be more than happy. 2-0 up against a team that they know can cause teams problems. They've seen that this season. Dennis Pratt would have been offside if he received the ball. But yeah, again, Liverpool break on us now. Roberts down the left, slides it in to Jota, but fast Wesley Fofana with a great block. It's just frustrating tonight. It's not doom and gloom. It's just very frustrating after the high standard we've set for most of the season that we turn up against the champions. And I think someone put it in there earlier, that'll be a free kick. So that's sure he's got to be a yellow card referee on,
No yellow card.
No yellow card. So you're going to book the Leicester players now. So Mendy's been booked. James Justice. But that's not a yellow card. I don't get it.
That's not good. Yeah, that's not. It's not on that. No, I mean Zab says here Casper kept us in the game. I mean he's made some crucial saves. Obviously Christian Fuchs as well with that
header off the line. Yeah, again, giving the ball away, trying to overplay long balls again. Williams. Williams is just taking his time, loses the ball there, gives it away. Well played, Dennis Pratt. He'll slide it into Maddison. And we lose it. If he gets it right, Vardy's in on there for me. Long ball over the top. Johnny Evans will hold up Jota. And Leicester, a free kick. I don't get how that was a free kick and Morshier to live at Leicester, but he's played
hands-on. Bit hands-on there, Evans. That's a foul.
See, I personally think that he probably gets the ball. But again, I go back to the Curtis Jones one where he's turned and done his man. But there's no. He wins the ball there to me. I don't. No, he's won the ball. He hasn't taken the man out first. He's put his foot around the player. He's intercepted the ball first, and the bloke, Maddison has gone over his legs. For me, that's not a free kick.
See, it was like that James Justin one, mate. At the end of the first half, he got a yellow card for that. He won the ball clearly. He's put out for a throw-in, and they've given a free kick.
Someone put on Twitter that Tom just said that why is the liner not helping him there? Why is the lino flagging for it? Vardy will
Yeah.
head it in the box. It'll be cleared by Curtis Jones on the edge of the area.
Offside.
The flag's gone up. Just very, very poor today. And that's the most frustrating thing. It isn't doom and gloom, like I keep saying these comments coming up. I think it's this frustration because we've played so well this season in 90% of the games, and then we've come up against the champions who we all thought would give them a good go, and it's just been a damp squid. It's been a training match for Liverpool at times for me.
Yeah, completely agree. I mean, Liverpool on another attack here. Mane through to Jota. Jota's going to look for the overlap. Oh, he cuts in.
Goes to the back post to the left-hand side.
Fofana clears. I know Brighton should get this away. Comes back to Liverpool again. Robertson will whip across in. That's an easy one. It's out for a corner.
Again, just all round, Liverpool wanted to win that ball more than we did.
Yep, totally agree, mate. So it's been disappointing.
Loads of people on tonight. Get your comments on it. Anything, we'll talk about it. VAR, we'll talk about that if we need to talk about it. Not going to hate on Rodgers overall, but he has got his tactics wrong today. I was hoping we'd change the system at half time. I think he generally probably has got his tactics wrong, but I also have to think that we've not played well enough as a team, headed away by Vardy from that corner. We've not put two passes really together, bar that spell 5 minutes ago where we passed it around nicely.
Yeah, I mean, mate, to be fair, yeah, it is like West Ham, Aston Villa kind of game, innit? Not enough passes connecting, some lazy balls, just giving the ball away too many times. And now, 1-0 at half time, making those two substitutions. We've got to fight. We've got a good chance there. Like we did against Man City. We won. We came back from 1-0 down. It does always make it more difficult. Being 2-0 down and conceding just before half time.
I think if we'd gone in 1-0, it would have been a completely different scenario. But
yep,
as soon as that second goal went in, you could see the players going off at our time. They trudged off, and right, how are we going to get back into this one? Well, if you go 1-0, you got the next game. If you score, you're 1-1. You're back in it. But like now, we need 2 goals. And Curtis Jones they're
playing around, mate. Liverpool are playing it around.
Curtis Jones is flicks and tricks all over the place at the moment. He's having the right field out there in the middle of the park. No one's getting close to him. Jota into the box, shot. Oh, rolling around like someone's absolutely nailed him.
VAR check. It's going to be a VAR check.
Are we? Are we being serious? He's had a shot and then rolls around. Who touched him? No, come off it. He's had a shot. Fofana's come in with a block. He's then kicked. He's kicked Fofana.
No, never.
Never a penalty. Get up. That is shocking. That is shocking. And Klopp, you're a disgrace to even appeal for that as a penalty. He's not kicked him. He's not gone near him. He's put his foot out to block the ball. He's then kicked over the top of Fofana. Never in a million years is that a penalty. If VAR gives this, then there really is a problem. But
surely they're not still checking it. Yeah, surely they're not still checking it. Or are they? Well, we'll find out if the graphic comes on screen. No, it's not. They're not. I think they've checked it, mate. I think that's it.
I can't believe you're even moaning, Jota. You fell over. And Klopp, you're a disgrace for even trying to claim for that, if I'm honest with you. I thought better of you to try and claim for a penalty when the kids put a block in it and he's fell over his foot.
I don't know.
Worse.
I don't know how Klopp's even seen it from where he is. I don't think he even has. I think he's just seen Jota rolling around and he's appealing. Let's just see a couple of the comments here. Hitesh says it how it is, mate. Hitesh says just outplayed today, which is, we can't deny that. We have been outplayed completely, well and truly.
Oh, massively. It's just been awful, mate. Like you say, we've not kept the ball enough. We've given the ball away too much in the worst areas around our own penalty box at times, and that's what's killed us today for me.
For me, he's not been good enough, Tom. That lazy ball there again. Yuri Tillemans, not good enough today.
I think. Can you pick any player that's played well? I can't pick anyone you go man of the match for today. The only one you'd say is Fuchs for his header off the line.
Yeah. I mean,
that's about it. I can't turn around and pick one player. Oh, Liverpool got lucky there because it went Liverpool tried to play a ball across the area and Under got his foot out and it just rolled away from him. Because if he actually gets that under control, let's have a. Oh,
it's not good.
No, it's just awful. I mean, literally, it's just been poor today from all the players. Andy Robertson just skipped past 3 players for fun and then goes down for a free kick. I mean, that's how much we're getting outplayed. And whenever the last game, this season, we've felt like our players just waltzed past us. Has that Vardy been complete? Yeah, Vardy has, because Vardy's had no opportunities, or no one's giving him any service today for me. The Liverpool defenders had a field day at the back, not having to do any running.
Yeah, and now Liverpool have another chance to get a ball in the box. We know Andrew Robertson can completely whip them in with his left foot, so he's going to do that now, probably looking for the head of Matip.
Ball into the box.
It's going to be a foul. Leicester will take it. No, I'm going to take it quick, but thought.
Yeah, Schmeichel man of the match for me because of his save. Probably Casper, but we all knows what Casper will do.
Yeah, I mean, what does it say, Tom? Obviously we're talking about. We've conceded 2 goals, and we're saying that centre back and the goalkeeper potentially the man of the match is here.
Tielemans.
Another one from Tielemans. It's not good enough.
I agree, though. Tielemans has a bit of a point that the ball's gone out, but he feels like he's been kicked on the back of the heel. He's gone to kick the ball. What I think he might have a bit of a shout for there, but again, for me, overplaying at the back there. For Casper then, for me, should have turned and kicked that long. We were under pressure and we didn't do any more than just give the ball away.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of his, mate, to be fair, Robertson. Can't stand him. Don't hate me, Liverpool fans. I just... That's a discussion for another day. But yeah, good thing for him. Scotland, they got through to Euros, didn't they? So congratulations.
Williams to whip the ball into the box. Evans headed it away, and Justin to get it, and good touch by Justin, and he'll win the throw.
Yeah, I mean, here we go. Schmeichel's been good, and a couple of people saying Schmeichel, if anyone, Schmeichel. Goals in final 15 minutes, Tom. Leicester 7, top of the ranking there. So who knows, eh? Who knows? Weirder things have happened.
Oh, look, we've seen game change in the space of 5 minutes where 2 goals have gone in. So anything can happen. But at the moment, from what I've seen tonight, I don't see where the chances are coming from because we just haven't created a thing.
Yeah.
Ball into box. Bobby Firmino's in on goal. It's a post, comes back to him and cleared off the line. Mane saved by Schmeichel off the post again. Back into the arms of Casper.
If you want to see non-league football being played in the Premier League, that was it. Oh my gosh!
That was Sunday League Park football defending from Leicester. Fofana dives in and gets done by Bobby Firmino, who shoots across the goal and hits a post. It then comes off the line by Albright and goes to Mane, who shoots. Casper saves it onto the post, who then jumps. Oh, how close was that to going in? Albright there with elastic tackle. So Schmeichel then saves it the second time to tip it onto the same post again, and then it falls into his arms. I mean, this is proper.
Yeah, I mean, Tom, for me, that sums up the game for us, really. It completely sums up the game, 100%.
Oh, God, we got so lucky there. That should have been 3-0 game over. Liverpool will be kicking themselves now. If we get a goal back, Liverpool will be very, very nervous.
Yeah, a couple of comments here. Kingdom says Fana had an adequate game first half in total, and that speaks volumes when trying to find a Leicester man of the match for today. He also said, I wonder if the game would have panned out differently if Barnes would have buried his chance in the first half completely. Liverpool on another attack here with Bobby Firmino. He gets it to... Oh.
Tried to chip it to the back post where Mane was, I think, going to go for the bicycle kick. I mean, again, Liverpool just winning every ball. Free kick, but they'll get the advantage. Well played by Under there, winning the ball back off James Milner, who was dallying. Tielemans with the ball in centre park. We'll go to Maddison again. It was a poor ball from Tielemans. It put Maddison under pressure. We'll go wide. This is better, Leicester. But again, there's only 2 men in front of them. Liverpool got numbers back once again. Albrighton one-on-one with his man. It'll go back to Under. Liverpool just defending so well. I mean, we're getting forced backwards again. Back to the centre circle. John Innes will chip it wide to Albrighton. There's nothing there. We're just passing it sideways and back.
Yeah.
cross into the box, straight to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I mean, there's a comment here, Tom, and Yola says Liverpool playing with 15 players. I would say that Liverpool's best area on the pitch there has been their defending. I think they've been quality at the back today.
Oh mate,
Their setup, their shape.
They're not giving us any space in behind. They're not giving us any space in the centre of the park to play any 1-2s around the box. What we've been doing quite well this season, and we haven't gone up along all the time. Madison will go down, it'll be a free kick. But yeah, I mean, all the things what Leicester do well at, passing around the edge of the area, creating the little 1-2s and the overlaps and everything, we've not been able to because Liverpool have closed everything off tonight. So you've got to give credit to Liverpool and Klopp for organising and stopping us playing when we try to play, because we haven't done that much in the game.
Yeah, I mean, Andy says there, mate, they're like bloody red ants. They are. I mean, Under's about to get this ball into the box. He's been quiet besides, the first kind of couple of minutes he was on the pitch. He was on the ball a bit, but he has been quiet since. We've just not been able to get the ball up the pitch, Tom. Here we go. Oh, it's a pole ball.
Ball's at the back post for Madison. Under crossed it all the way to the back post. Madison then lose it to Manu, who's at the back defending. He'll chip it into Madison's face and he'll go out for a goal kick. And that sums up probably the game in a whole for Leicester. No quality in their forward-thinking areas tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Jay says they have been very good today. Just have to take a loss on the chin.
Look at that goal line.
Oh my gosh!
God, we are literally talking like 2 mil, if that, from it being a third
That's
goal.
the closest I've. Well, apart from the Villa Sheffield United one. Do you remember that one? After lockdown, when it wasn't working.
What went in and it saved Villa from getting relegated.
Yeah. This was a comment from Jay, mate. They've been very good. We just have to take the loss on the chin and then go again on Monday. Is Fulham a Monday game, is it?
Yeah, 5:30 kickoff.
Bloody hell, Monday. And then we've got Thursday. Braga
away. I mean, look, you can't get too disheartened. It's one defeat after a very good five-game winning run or 6-game winning run. It's more the disappointment tonight that the standard we've set. The standard tonight has been that poor. I mean, ball again up to the area. Manu will win it. Tielemans will get in and nick it and keep the ball. Tielemans. He'll then go centre and find out Dennis Pratt on the left-hand side in our half. He's crossing the halfway line. The ball then will come to Pratt, who keeps running. Madison tries to an audacious outside of the foot flick around the corner. I think he was looking for Justin, and we lose it. Justin wins it back. Pratt with another flick around the outside of the foot. Justin will go running down the left here. He's one-on-one trying to beat the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper slides out and wins the ball back and sets up Williams. Liverpool look 4 or 5 times sharper, quicker to every single ball that Ian breaking. Even the goalkeeper there was quicker than anything that we've had all night.
Yeah, mate. I mean, we've got one substitution left. I would have thought we'd just shove them on by now. Just get him on. Why not?
Who did you bring on? Nacho and take off Vardy and save him?
Yeah, I mean, not like Vardy's done much, but...
Or bringing Madison off and put Nacho up front with him, giving him a partner to try and play him off. You got to change something. I mean, Madison hasn't done bar one pass for Barnes. He's been very quiet tonight. Very quiet.
Yeah, I mean, Dean says we've been poor tonight. Madison and Tielemans very poor, look tired. And I think Tielemans has got an excuse to be tired, mate. I don't know if Madison has. Obviously, Tielemans has played a couple games.
Little touch. No quality. I mean, referee, come on. So Albrighton then gets the ball back again. We'll go wide to Under. Under tries it. Madison edge of the area, little feet dancing. Liverpool swamping him. Again, flicks outside the foot. Pratt to Madison. Tries a shot blocked by Fabinho, and Liverpool will break.
It's a red wall, isn't it? It's a red wall.
We can't break them down, mate. We've got no answers. Mane, one-on-one with Fofana, backing into the area. Done him. He's round him. Mane saves. Schmeichel saves. And the ball will get cleared by Tielemans. But again, too easy for Liverpool to break on us there. I mean, was it 2 balls from the back and Liverpool were flying down that side again with Mane?
Yeah. Once again, I mean,
Fofana got, step 1-on-1, and Mane literally knocks the ball past him and cuts inside and shoots.
Yeah, I mean, King Dom says maybe Liverpool's second choice players have given their all as they're now getting a chance in the side. Mendy, Fuchs, and Thomas played the socks off when they first came in. Can't lie, we've been poor. So, which is right, but I would have thought still, mate, that we would have had some of our players would be fighting for their place, because Ricardo's coming back, Castagne's coming back, Soyuncu's coming back, and Didi's coming back. Am I missing anyone? I'm sure I'm missing someone.
That's what the point said earlier, when we were 2-0 down, all these players are coming back. The ones who are on the pitch tonight have got another opportunity to go and prove yourself, and we haven't. Fofana gives the ball away. But again,
just tried to do a bit too much.
Yeah, we haven't really. I mean, I wouldn't take too much from Fofana. I can't really blame him tonight. I think some of the players around him haven't helped him in sense. I mean, Johnny Evans hasn't had the best game tonight in the back. Fuchs, got the goal line clearance, but again, he wasn't helped down the left-hand side really by Justin. Maddison down at the moment. I think he might be just a bit stiff.
Got a bit of cramp, it looks like.
It's just hard. And I know I keep on saying this word doom and gloom. It's not doom and gloom. It's the standard we've set all season of being very high. And for the majority of the season, bar 1 or 2 games, like we'll say Villa and West Ham, we've played exceptionally well. And against a team who I think we all underestimated Liverpool probably a little bit tonight, that would come and give them a good go. And we haven't turned up at all. It was like we haven't even got off the bus tonight for me. That's how poor we've been.
Yeah, completely agree, mate.
Liverpool. Well, we got 5 minutes left. And Leicester trying to hold on it. Let's knock headed by Mane, and it'll be another corner.
Yeah, I mean, they just won't want to concede another now, Tom.
What we got?
Oh, not going to jinx it again. I've already jinxed it in the first half, but yeah, hopefully we can keep this out. Fofana with his blonde hair, bloody hell, makes me laugh. It was an interesting conversation. It was an interesting point that Phil made at halftime.
Goal 3-0, free header, Bobby Firmino. No one marked him. Hasn't scored in how many games?
Typical, isn't it?
Goal tonight. 3-0 to Liverpool. 85 minutes gone.
Yeah, that's shocking for me, mate. Shocking game in general, innit? Not good.
Oh, well, just no one marked him. I mean, where's the someone trying to get near him? He's literally, from the looks of it, had a free run and a free header.
Yeah, I mean, you know what, mate? We're good at that, though, aren't we, Leicester? Players that haven't scored for a long time, and it's in the bloody media and on social media. Who's
marking him? I mean, I think it's Under. Under's supposed to mark him. Under ain't got a clue where he's gone. He's done him completely, and he's got a free header. Dennis Pratt is not happy. I mean, Under there, ducks out of the way because I think he's going to get clattered. Jordan winning, which Rodgers out. It's not going down that route. That's awful.
No, let's not go there. Come on, lads.
Champions League spot's still on. Of course, the Champions League spot's still on. We're still up there. Not surprised based on how game gone. Unfortunately, hoping doesn't knock our confidence. That's the thing. What worries you because of last season. We lost to Liverpool, Man City after that Norwich draw, and our confidence literally got shot.
But I think
on the left, Dennis Pratt to clip it. Oh, no one's in the box. It's a great pullback, but there was literally no one in there. Literally nobody in there. It'll be a corner to Leicester.
I think we in our run last season, before it ended, around this time last year, we did play Liverpool, didn't we? And we lost. I'm right in saying that, aren't I?
So, yeah, we drew with Norwich 1-1, and then we played someone else the week later. I think Man City, and we lost to them. And then we had that home game over the Christmas to Liverpool. We were absolutely battered 4-0. Boxing Day, that was it. We lost to Boxing Day 4-0 at home on Boxing Day, and that's everything seemed to go down the hill from there. Yeah,
I mean, Maddison will get this ball in now. He'll whip it in from the corner. Fofana with it.
Heads over.
I mean, Charlie Jacobs said, "I'm just relieved it's not 5 or 6."
Well, they're hitting the post twice.
And now they're making 2 subs.
So Diego Jota going to come off. And on will come Ngog, is it?
Origi, yeah.
Origi, sorry. Ngog. I'm going back.
Ngog, back in the day, that, mate. Bloody hell. Yeah.
Origi will, and then the other one will be Bobby Firmino. Will it be or Mane?
Someone from Minamino. Minamino will come on.
Yeah, Mane will go off.
Oh well. Look, I mean, there was a comment a while ago. I don't know if I'm able to find it now, mate, but it basically sums up how I feel right now. Let me try and find it.
Bit miserable, but that's football.
No, not that comment. I can't find it now, mate, but what it said something along the lines of, we just got to take it on the chin. We've got to take it on the chin and then go again. You know what I mean? In the next game. That's a good comment there as well. Not surprised based on how the game's gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need to just take it on the chin and go again. I mean, I said this after the West Ham game, mate. It was a shocking performance against West Ham. And we said, we just got to regroup and go again, and we did. We've gone on a good run, and we're not going to win every game.
And we'll lose it again. It was a good pass for Fafana, but the ball just got trapped under his foot, and we couldn't make anything of it. Ball go wide to the right to Curtis Jones, who'll bomb on. Williams is going to be the overlap for Liverpool here. Williams will cross this ball in low and hard, and it will get cleared again by Johnny Evans. Mendy will come out with it. He'll give a little reverse pass to Dennis Pratt. He'll go back to Justin, inside to Maddison to Mendy. This is most we kept the football in the last 5 minutes. Tilland will go out wide. Albrighton on the right-hand side, just coming up to the halfway line, inside to Tillemans, back to Wesley Fafana. I mean, this is the most we've had the football in the last 20 minutes, I'd say.
100%. Yeah, totally agree.
Justin down the left-hand side. Little ball up the line. Loses the ball by Dennis Pratt, loses it, and Liverpool will come away. Free kick to Liverpool.
There's a comment from Charlie. I won't put it on screen, Tom, but do you feel that? You feel that? Yeah, I feel that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. 4 minutes at a time. We're just coming up to the 91st minute. 3-0. What's that comment, Tom?
Me. We haven't put one decent pass into the game. Can't pass to your own team, we ain't going to win games.
Sorry, mate. Sorry. Keep back and forth. There we go.
To you.
Although we're playing against one of the best teams in Europe, which we are, but I don't know. I just fancied a better performance than this, to be honest with you.
Oh, that's hospitable. We'll go over the top. Vardy will be in. Oh, it's taking it way too far. Unlucky there, Vardy. He's tried his best there.
And that's how he feels tonight, and that's how all of us feel tonight, I think.
Flat out on the floor behind the goal, thinking nothing's going to happen. He would have been offside, I think, anyway. Yeah, is he offside? No, Vardy would have been onside. Knocks it around the goalkeeper. It's such a hard ankle to score at.
Yeah. There's a comment saying about Fafana being awful tonight, Tom. What are your thoughts on that?
I think he's been found out a little bit because I think if you watch the last 4 or 5 games, he likes to dive in. A bit like Sionchi when he came in. It was very about getting in front of his man and, making the first tackle and getting in there. If you look at now, Sionchi doesn't do that all the time because people read it and roll him. And Fafana will learn that side of thing. He's not done bad.
Look at that. Look at that.
Tonight, Leicester 3-0, Leicester 4-0, Southampton, Sheffield United 2-0.
Liverpool's highest XG tonight. And the second highest was ours in December, Boxing Day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one of them bogeys teams at the minute, it seems, Tom. Everyone's got a bogey team. But
we just can't get a break against them.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Like you say, you got to give credit to Liverpool. They've done a very, very good job on us. They've shut us down. But what can you say? We haven't passed the ball well enough at all, and we've not created anything. You can't say we had one clear-cut chance. The Barnes was a half chance. He should have done better for me, but it's a half chance. But bar that, we haven't really created anything clear-cut tonight where we've really tested Alisson at all.
Yeah. There's a comment here from Matthew Bond. They'll not have an easier 3 points all season. It's a weird one, isn't it, mate? Because we're not the best team that Liverpool will play, and we're definitely not the worst team Liverpool will play. But it's been so easy for them, hasn't it?
Yeah. Madison edge of the area, rolls in under to Vardy, goes wide to Albrighton. Oh no, the crossbar. And that should be game, set, and match with 30 seconds to go.
30 seconds on the clock. Phil will be joining us very, very, very shortly to take over, obviously, for the post-match show. As you can see, there's the link. It's in the comments there. Just click that link, put your name in, and come and talk to us. Come and let us know what you think about the game. Christopher, what's XG? I think XG is something to do with, Tom, do you know? It's estimated goals, I think. It's estimated goals in a game. I think that's what it is. It's something along those lines. It's the new stat that everyone uses these days, apparently. By the way, that's full-time, guys. Full-time whistle has gone. It's Liverpool 3, Leicester City 0. Goals from Firmino, Jota, and a Johnny Evans own goal. But yeah, Tom, final thoughts?
A frustrating evening up at Anfield tonight. What can you say? You give Liverpool a start like they did with an own goal, and then to concede with 3 minutes of the first half remain. You create the one chance in the second half with Barnes. Got to do better for me a little bit when he goes one-on-one, but we all know he's very right-footed and he doesn't really test the goalkeeper. And then, look, it was all Liverpool really second half, and it was a one-way traffic. A game where I think we expected a lot more and we didn't deliver.
Yeah. Phil, welcome back.
Thanks, Locks. Thanks, Tom. Well done, you
Cheers,
two.
mate.
Not the second half we wanted, was it, at all?
Oh, no. Very poor. Very, very poor.
Leicester not at our best at all, and Liverpool probably not at their best either. But Locks, they could have had more than 3. To be fair, there was a comedy moments at times in the defending for Leicester.
Yeah, I mean that chance as well where it went off the post twice, and Brighton tried to clear. I mean, I was just saying there at the end about XG, this stat which people use these days, estimated goals in a game. They just showed Liverpool's, and this is the highest estimated goals in a game since our game against them at Boxing Day, where they beat us 4-0. So like Tom said a minute ago, we can't get a break against them. And tonight, I was saying we're not the worst team that Liverpool play, but we made it so easy for them. Too many chances. It could have eclipsed the 4-0 on Boxing Day. It could have been 5, if I'm honest. So yeah, not good enough whatsoever. But as we have said as well, we've said it before, we'll say it again. We just got to take it on the chin. We've got to regroup, and we've got to go again. Obviously Europa League on Thursday, and then Fulham, which you'd hope is a win. So yeah, fingers crossed.
Brilliant, guys. You're going to stick around for a little bit?
Yes, I'm here.
Fantastic. Right, I'm going to get a few comments up there. Get your views in, get your comments in. Thanks, firstly, to Locks and Tom for doing a great job there. But this is now the time for you to get as many of your views in as you can. Let us know what you think to a defeat away at Liverpool. I suppose we shouldn't be too shocked in some ways. I think just a lot of us went into it with a bit of confidence that we might do something today. It did feel like Leicester City didn't really turn up today. We weren't great in defence. Midfield felt a bit non-existent. Jamie Vardy didn't get much of a look in. When we had the odd chance, it seemed to all go wrong. Get your views in, get your comments come in. Michael saying we've got mugged up, but we didn't turn up. Didn't turn up, look for it to death all game, says Ben. It did look a bit like that. Kingdom watching it on YouTube says, get your heads up, lads. He's right. It's not the end of the game, not the end of the season by a long way, of course. Carl says, does this mean we can now go on to a 20-game winless streak? Oh, dear, Carl. Carl, let's not get too bad there. Glad I took evens at the bookies for a home win. Easy money, says Patrick. Aki says it was disastrous from the start. Robert says, that sucked. I never got into the game. And then after the own goal, never got Vardy involved, but it's always a Leicester fan next time. Don't forget, I've put the link on there. I'm going to go back to it and get it on screen. Join us whether you're watching on Twitter, Periscope, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you are watching. We are getting your views in, getting your comments in. You can click on that link and I'll share it again very shortly. Susie says, Casper saved us from a good few more. Simon, I can't put that comment on screen because it's a bit too sweary, but I'll say Simon's saying he says it was awful. What makes it worse is Sky saying how Liverpool are so great. Some saying, firstly, poor tactics. Secondly, didn't work out for what tactics were laid out. Mark Albrighton at right back. He didn't have a great game today, Mark Albrighton. Sam, I will definitely give you that in there. Mehmet says Under came in too late into the game. I thought they had a bit of impact, to be fair with you. We know our place and it's not top four, says Patrick, being a bit... I don't want people to get too defeatist. We have lost to the world champions and also, obviously, the current Premier League champions. So keep getting your comments coming here. Pete's saying, let's go again in Europe and get our mojo back. Brush this off as a bad day at the office against a Liverpool side playing well. Let's Tom Locks. Jack has joined us as well, Jack. Let's start with you, Jack. It wasn't our day at all today, was it?
No, second half didn't really change from the first half, Phil, to be honest. We brought Under on, brought Pratt on. We never really changed the game. I think we only had one chance and it were all Brighton put it over.
Yeah, so, Jason says here, Jack, we never turned up tonight. No fight. Only good positive was it was only 3-0. I
think we were lucky to not concede any more, to be honest. Firmino, I think it was 10 millimetres from going over the line. Albrighton cleared the post a few times. Kasper Schmeichel kept us in it, to be honest. It could have been way more. Liverpool, I think they played well tonight, but Firmino scoring, it had to be him, didn't it? And you just know a game like that would be a goal for him.
Tom, I'm not gonna swing too much on people like Fofana and Johnny Evans today, but the defence today. It wasn't great, was it, today? Or do we just give Liverpool some credit today?
You got to give Liverpool credit, but I wouldn't blame the defence, all of it on defence. I think you blame the whole team. You defend as a team, and defence as a team. We got cut open way too easily. That the back four or back 5-3, whatever we were playing, got exposed way too easy with too many runners. So I can't take this. Where's Wally's appeared? I'm not being funny, but in COVID, you can't play Where's Wally because there's no one to play it. You can't play Where's Wally with COVID because no one's around hiding. A crowd is there.
Oh, my God.
There it is. Come on,
Chris.
Chris
Did go well. Thank you for asking.
Chris, what was your views on the football match that you saw?
Awful. Absolutely awful. Definitely Kasper was man of the match tonight because I was actually really happy when I saw Fofana on the sheet, thinking, okay, at least we've got a rock solid back just in case they hit us. Where was he? Yeah, he just was completely off his game today.
Locks, I said it at half time. His haircut upset me a little bit because it's a bit look at me, and then you have a game like that and people will look at you. So we could all see today Fofana when he was messing things up a little bit, and he didn't have a great one.
To be fair, mate, I heard the end of your conversation with about that. Is he going to be one of them players? Look at me, I did find it quite kind of funny that he's bleached his hair blonde just after he's starting to get recognition. But I'm not going to give him stick. We don't know if it's that or what. He might just like that look. You never know. But yeah, I think Brendan said after the Wolves game, because obviously we were heaping praise on him game after game, and Brendan said he's a young lad. He's 19 years old. He is going to make mistakes down the line. And I think today it was just one of them things. Tom said during the match, Liverpool have done their own work on him. He likes to dive in. You saw a couple of times they kind of tapped it past him or took it the opposite way, when Fofana went to dive in. So, yeah, I think he was never going to have 38, world-class matches for us in the season. That was never going to happen. So it's a bit of a poorer game. Oh, is there an echo? There was a bit of a poorer game, not just from him, from a lot of the lads. So I'm not gonna, put massive stick on him. And the same with the defense. I think we lost the ball way too many times in midfield today, way too many times, and I think that was one of the biggest factors really that led to the result. So.
Ross has joined us, but I'm just going to get a few comments in before we ask Ross what he thinks. Jake saying none of the defence played well. I think you're right there, Jake. I think Johnny Evans and Christian Fuchs had a bit of a stinker, and Mark Albrighton. I thought James Justin probably did all right, but he says the only player that was okay was Kasper. He certainly did okay in it. CK says everyone was banging on about our squad depth, and yet it's fine against lower teams, but when we play the top teams, even with their injuries, it shows how poor it is. But maybe a bit harshly saying, I think we got outworked, couldn't cope with their press, which is probably true. Ross, what's your full-time views?
I thought it was very, very disappointing. You know, and as I mentioned at half time, I think we've gone into the game in the wrong mindset. You know, looking at their injuries, everyone's, oh, we're going to destroy them or we're going to win a game or anything. Looking at that team, you wouldn't think they've got all them injuries. And I think their best player tonight was either Robertson or Diego Jota. I think I said it on show. I said it on a few shows. Diego Jota is the man to watch, and he was the man to watch, and it was just very disappointing. I mean, Albrighton didn't have the greatest of games tonight. Casper did some good saves, but his kicking was not great. You know, it was just a bad day at the office. You know, I mean, just start looking at Firmino scores. It was always going to come, wasn't it? But well, it's just one of them things, you know. We move onwards and upwards. We've got Fulham next, or sorry, Braga next in the Europa League, and then Fulham. So let's hope we can bounce back from that. And you know, and it's also there's no service tonight for Vardy. You know, you can't really do it without no service.
Tom, I want to ask you. Ian has come up with this question. Tom, he says wrong system tonight. Mendy was okay, but the game passed everyone else by better after the formation change. Tielemans and Maddison never really got going with Mendy in there, did they, Tom? And it did feel like, again, we talked about should Pratt have started. It felt better when Pratt came on for me and under. What do you think to the formation, Tom? It's easy in hindsight.
Of course, in hindsight, it's easy to say, oh, we got it wrong after we've just been absolutely annihilated tonight by Liverpool in some ways. And we were annihilated. The scoreline doesn't reflect that game. It could have been 5 or 6 easily tonight. But let's be honest, Maddison was non-existent. Tielemans couldn't pass to anyone in white the whole game. Considering his form for, you know, Belgium over the last 2 games has been absolutely brilliant. He's come back into Leicester and tonight's game just been very poor. Look, it's one poor game tonight. Let's not get carried away and let's not be too disheartened. We're still 4th in the Premier League after 9 games, so we've got to take positive where we're at. But I think in the build-up to this game tonight, knowing we could have gone back top of the league, put pressure on everyone else below us, seeing that Man City lost again. You know, these are the teams when they're losing, we need to be winning games to get that Champions League football. But it's just disappointing all round because for me, it's not 1 or 2 individuals, it's a whole team performance tonight. And I don't think you can blame the system. If you can't pass the ball to anyone, you're going to get absolutely caught out. And to say the system changing it, well, we've played that system in the last 6 games and it's worked wonders. So I can't blame the system. I just blame the thing for me. It was a poor team performance all round tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to read out a few more comments and then come back to it. We'll get Chris another conversation in. And don't forget, I'll put the link out there. Michael's joined us. So I'm going to let people go in a minute and get Michael in here. Patrick saying got better players around him in the Belgian team, talking about Yuri Tielemans. LCFC Gray saying, I think we were scared of Liverpool Boxing Day revisited. It really could have been that today, LCFC Gray, if we're honest. They probably deserve to get 4 or 5 today. Chris says the Liverpool press was on point. It certainly was looking good. Just before I let a few people go, Chris, just a final summary. Looking forward to Braga.
Yeah, very much looking forward to. Yeah, very much looking forward to Braga, because again we're away to them, and let's face it, we annihilated them at our place. So yeah, very much looking forward to that. And we only need 1 point. We only need 1 point to guarantee to go through. So, you know, even if we sort of calm it down a bit and potentially go for a draw, it doesn't
Brilliant,
matter.
Chris. Thanks for joining us. Looking forward to seeing what you're wearing Thursday night. See if you can outdo yourself, mate. Thanks. Please.
I've got more costumes if you want them.
Yes, Chris. We want more costumes on Thursday. We'll see you then. Cheers.
Phil, I'm off now as well, mate. I'm off.
Cheers,
now
Locks.
well.
Thanks for doing the watch along.
Yeah, loads of you watch, so thanks all for getting your likes and your comments and all for watching. Me and Tom appreciate it. So I don't know when the next one is. Phil will have to let us know.
Well, how about Thursday, Locks?
Yeah,
how about Thursday?
Tom, what do you reckon, Tom?
I'm already booked in for that, aren't you?
I'm building suspense here. Yes, yeah. Thursday it is. But yeah,
tonight, mate. There's no need for suspense.
No, yeah, it's Thursday, lot. All right, cheers, mate.
Yeah, cheers all. Thank you. Bye bye.
See you then. Cheers.
I say, we'll just dust ourselves off. Get disappointing. We'll dust ourselves off against Braga and then hopefully beat Fulham. So,
hopefully, Michael, can you hear us from the States?
Yes, sir. I got you. How you doing?
Good, Michael. Come on, bring us some views from stateside on that match today.
I didn't see that everyone was poor today. I just saw that Liverpool is just a better club than us. We're missing, some players. Maybe Brendan got the tactics wrong in the beginning, but our players worked really hard today. About the 70th minute, I said to myself, why is Albrighton still in the game? Maybe he should have been out a little earlier, but I think the players worked really hard towards the end. You could see everybody was gassed. We just couldn't get on the ball. And when we did get on the ball, we had some chances. Harvey didn't hit the target a couple times. And at the end of the match, Albrighton shouldn't have been in the game, and his shot was over. If that was someone else, if that was under, earlier, maybe that is on target. But I think everyone worked hard. Let's just dust this game off and get the Champions League game, or I'm sorry, Europa League game, and use it as a rehab game for maybe the guys that are coming back from injury, like Castagna and Ricardo. And then, let's get back to the league and just dust this game. It's always Liverpool. It's always Liverpool. We beat Man City. We beat Arsenal, but it's just always Liverpool. That's how I feel today. I'm not really that upset about it, but I wish I was partying right now about it.
I think Michael, to be fair, you're right. It could easily have gone on to be more than 3 goals today. Liverpool really could have won that 4 or 5 today, couldn't they, Michael?
Right. Yeah. We had no control in the middle. We just couldn't get the ball. We couldn't get on the ball in the middle. And maybe Mendy should have came out earlier. I think maybe Brendan got out coached after we conceded that first goal. We didn't attack like we do other teams. We kind of sat back, and we were kind of scared. Maybe Liverpool had a little mystique over us in the game with all of those young guys and the new guys that are on the squad now. So let's just dust this match off, and we'll get them, in the springtime.
Jack, would you agree with what Michael's saying there? Just wipe this game off, move on to Braga.
Yeah, I think Liverpool was always going to be a tough test, but everyone was writing Liverpool off before the game. We'll beat them 4, we'll beat them 5-0. And you just, Liverpool have a lot of injuries. And like I said to Jamie, you got to take games like this seriously, no matter how many injuries you have in any team. Liverpool have still got great players. Fabinho, Robertson, they're fantastic players. It proved it in the 11 tonight. They're all fantastic players. And, we got caught out. They were the better team. And I think we move on from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Jono's just joined us. Jono, would you like to get your comments in tonight?
Evening, guys. Very disappointed with that. Really disappointed. Maybe it's a bit of a reality check for us all, to be honest. Maybe it's just a case of, dusting ourselves off and going again, I suppose. I mean, we were all talking it up, thinking that we were going to give them a really good game. It hasn't turned out that way. I think we just got to move on now. So, yeah, frustrating because I think the way that we played, it seemed a bit like last season in a couple of on a couple of occasions. When we took the dip last season, and it felt a bit complacent and a bit kind of like we were going into the game thinking we were going to get the result, which you just can't do against a team like Liverpool. Disappointed.
I think, Tom, Jono has pretty much hit the nail on the head there, hasn't he? It did feel like the back end of last season, that game today, a bit. Just things not happening, Tom.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it was a poor game all around from start to finish. We never got in control of any period of the game, bar one little spell in the second half when Dennis Pratt came on and under. it reminds you that we gave Liverpool too much respect on Boxing Day, and I think we did it again tonight. We gave them way too much respect to play around the middle of the park. We got opened up way too easy with balls, simple balls for me, very simple balls that they were just playing through Tielemans and Maddison and Mendy in the centre. And by the way, them playing them simple balls, we left the back three exposed too often. And look, I think John hit there. It's the disappointment. We came into this game thinking we're going to give Liverpool a game tonight. Forget about the injuries, because like I said at the start, looking at their lineup, even their back three when they started, Robertson, Mopet, Fabinho and Milner, that would get in most Premier League's back teams. Most of those players would get in any Premier League team at the back. So you can't go and say they've got that many injuries. They can't put half of the 11 out tonight. But I still felt with the 11 that we had, we could give them a game. And we just didn't turn up from first minute to last. There was nothing there. The biggest for me, there was no passion from anyone. There was no hunger to win that ball back quickly. We gave the ball away and it was, right, where do we need to be? Where defensively we've got to be on the part? And the time we made our mind at where we've got to be, the ball was already there and we were getting exposed for fun.
Jono, what would you do for Thursday, just in brief? And then I'm going to ask Michael the same before we wrap up today. Jono, what would you do to play Braga? Would you? I mean, we're nearly through this Europa League thing. Is it a chance to mix things up, or what would you do?
I think it's maybe one game away from that, Phil, in my opinion. I think if we go, I think tonight's probably been a real disappointment for all of us and probably them as well. Look at Casper's face at the end of the game. He was absolutely in a strop, wasn't he? So I think if we can go out and beat Braga again on Thursday, get the confidence back up again and then go and wallop Fulham, hopefully.
Be careful with that.
Yeah.
You know Leicester.
I know, absolutely. You never say things like that as a Leicester fan, but in reality, we should beat the next two teams, and hopefully we can get on another roll again. I just wanted to mention as well. I know you mentioned it earlier, Phil, about Fofana dyeing his hair blonde, and it struck me as being, well, maybe he's getting a bit of a big head, and it's something that we need to keep an eye on, because I think he got done a few times in the second half. Firmino made him look like a mug a couple of times, and I just think, well, okay, he's had a fantastic start to his Leicester career, but he's only 19. He's got a lot to learn, and I think, it might just be coincidence, but him dyeing his hair blonde and stuff, I just wonder whether, all the nature of him coming to Leicester, I wonder whether he's got a bit of an ego and a bit of a big head, and I wonder whether it's something that we just need to keep an eye on.
John,
I'm sure Brendan will have.
I hear what you're saying. I totally hear what you're saying. If you do something like that and then you have a bad game, it does show out. Michael, just before we wrap up today, what do you do for Thursday? Do you rest a few players? Do you bring in, Perez hasn't been near the first team. Demore Gray's not even in the Europa squad, is he? I don't know. Can't remember. Michael, would you mix it up a little bit for Thursday or not?
Well, with today's game, a lot of people are talking about Liverpool's injuries. We had a lot of injuries. We have key injuries in our squad, and people are coming back. So when we get our players back, let's see how Liverpool does us again. Let's see how when Soyuncu's back there, does Diogo Jota, and when Castagna's running up and down the sideline, let's see how that cross comes in, or they defend somebody overlapping on Tielemans' pass, and those guys are coming back this week. They were in training, weren't they? So maybe Castagna comes on in the 70th minute versus Braga. Let's use this match as a rehab game. We don't necessarily need to take 3 points from it to advance, and I know everyone's excited about it, but we're definitely the best team in this group. And so we could use this match as a rehab game, and let's get back to the league. Let's get back to the league. Let's smash on Fulham, and smash on Brighton, and let's continue forward. We'll dust this game off. Liverpool's injuries, we had injuries. We didn't have our best squad either, So I think people are being maybe a little harsh on today's game and what happened. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Ricky P as well. Can't wait to see him back.
getting closer and closer, isn't it? And hopefully
Bill,
Castagna this week. Yes.
just
Tom.
quickly, I know, and just with Mike on the injury fronts, I mean, both teams had injuries going into this game. I completely accept that. And I understand saying we might be a bit harsh on today, the ways it's happened because of these injuries. But we've just gone on a unbeaten 6 winning games in a row or something. And we've turned up to Liverpool tonight and put in a performance that wasn't even there. That's the bit I think my frustration in tonight. If we'd played like we did against Arsenal, if we played against the way we played against Braga, I'm not saying Braga are good, but we still passed the ball better. If you don't pass the ball, you ain't going to win football match. And I think that's the biggest frustrating tonight for me is we've not turned up. Before that, these players have all played week in, week out, Leeds away, and we've won games for a canter because we played well. Forgetting the injuries, tonight we went to Liverpool with an opportunity with the same team who's been beaten Leeds, beaten Arsenal, beaten Braga.
And that was my point. Liverpool is just better than us. They were just better than the guys we had out there today. Those guys tried so hard. They tried really hard. They were gassed at the end of the game. Maddison was stretching his calves. Johnny Evans played a full 90. You know he's not 100%, and he's out there giving it his all. And so that was my. Let's just brush this off and let's get our team healthy and move forward. We'll get Liverpool again. We'll get Liverpool. We'll get Liverpool back. I mean, we beat Man City with these guys. We beat Arsenal with these guys. But it's always Liverpool. It's always Liverpool. So
I think it's just more the performance. That's what's frustrating. It's not a case of losing to Liverpool. And Liverpool were by far better. But I've been sitting here tonight. If we'd lost 3-0 and we'd had a hatful of chances that we'd missed, and we'd played a lot better than that. But we've just not created anything today, and that's the biggest frustration, that we've gone against a Liverpool team who've not got half the players fit, and we didn't take a challenge to them. We didn't offer any fight. It's like literally watching a boxing match and one boxer standing there and just getting punched for 12 rounds. And that's what the frustration for me is tonight, more than anything than sitting here moaning about a defeat. It's more that we just did not turn up. But that's a bit what hurts more than anything.
Right, let's wrap this up. Jono, you're disappointed tonight.
Yeah, but I am. But I'm a Leicester fan. I've been many disappointed in the past, but we've got to dust ourselves off and go again. I think we've got a great team. We're having a good season so far. I think we've got to look at the positives and move on.
Brilliant. Thanks, Jono. I'm going to let you go. And same for you, Michael. See you soon, Jono. Thanks for coming on.
Cheers.
Thanks, Michael.
Cheers, Mike.
Cheers, Michael. And Jack, not had much from you tonight, but dusting ourselves down and moving on to Thursday.
Yeah, I think we need to. I agree totally with Tom. It's disappointing in the way how we played and that. We didn't really have any chances at all to threat Liverpool. We didn't really do much of in the game. I think as Leicester fans, this game, all the hype was on this game for Leicester to show up and give Liverpool a right game, and tonight we didn't do that. Maybe next game against Braga and Fulham will be better and we'll come back more stronger.
Brilliant. Thanks, Jack. Thanks for joining us. We'll let you go. Tom,
Cheers.
See you soon, Jack. Tom, just final words with yourselves there. Charlie's told you to go and get your hair dyed blonde. He says you made some great points.
Hey, I'm not Neil Lennon, mate. I would never think of doing that. That's got to be the last person. Mahrez was one, but Lennon's was a belter when he had his hair blonde.
Yeah, Joanna says it's okay having good tactics as long as you can pull them off. Rodgers would have told them what to do. Couldn't be done. Liverpool will move on. I think that's it. I think Leicester fans are, like us all, a bit disappointed today because it really felt like we were in good form. We got some decent players playing well, and today it was just one of those frustrations, Tom. And I hear it in your voice that the players didn't really turn up for you.
That was the point I was trying to say to Michael. It's not a case of Liverpool's been better than us the whole game. They didn't need to be better because we were below average. I mean, for me, that period in the game where they had the ball cleared off the line by what we're talking a mil. We're talking 1 mil. What needs another goal?
10 mil it was. I hear 10 mil.
We're talking millimeters. But to me, that was a point in game. That was like watching Sunday League football, being on a park that was scrambled. scrambling to get the ball clear, and it's hitting posts and crossbars for fun. And that's, to me, where tonight, that's the frustration, because we're better than that. We've played better than that most of the season. Even the West Ham and the Villa game, we were a bit better than what we've done tonight. I thought Villa were unlucky to, you know, lose that game in the end. But, you know, today's definitely the worst performance of the season by far.
Last comment, I think we'll give it to Paul. Let's get it on screen. Where's it just gone? Oh, here it is from Sam. Sam says, we're still 2 points off the top. We go again. I think that's it. You just draw a line, Tom, and say Europa League on Thursday, Fulham next weekend. You know,
the games are coming thick and fast coming into this Christmas period. If you ain't got your Christmas tree up, get it up, people. Come on. We've had an absolute shocking year. Don't make me sound bad because you've got our Christmas trees up already. But look, we're going to Braga. Was it 5:55 kickoff? So join us from 6:30, Phil, is it? On past 6?
No, if it's 5:55, Tom, the game starts. We'll start half hour before that. So just about 5:25.
5:25 will be on live. Join us, and then me and Locks will be on air. Probably about 5:50. Join us for the full match following again. I mean, thank you to everyone who's watched now. I mean, the figures were immense to see it go up to 200 in our 5th or 6th game of doing it. And me and Locks love it, but you, the viewers, make it by putting the comments in and giving us something to talk about during the game, especially today's match. So thank you once again for doing that.
Brilliant. Thanks, Tom. Thanks for yourself for doing that as well. Thanks for Locks. I'll let Tom go. A fantastic watch along with Locks and Tom. But like Tom says, it is all about your comments. That's exactly what we need, and that's what gets us, keeps us going. We just do this because we enjoy doing it. But thanks everybody for watching. My name's Phil. This is Leicester Fan TV. Tomorrow night, 7:30, I'll be live, hopefully with Sinky, if he'll join us, and we'll be taking a quick look back at today, but we'll be looking forward to Braga as well on Thursday. And we want to get your views in that. So that's 7:30 Monday night. Thursday from 5:25, we'll be live with the watch along all the way through this match on Thursday against Braga. Please, if you can, like and share the videos. Subscribe to us if you're watching on YouTube, and give us a retweet on Twitter, whatever you're doing, wherever you are. Thanks for watching. It wasn't our night tonight, but we're Leicester fans. We know we don't win them all. We go on and we go upwards. See you soon.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. With special thanks to our pals at ADT Taxis, Feed Me, Piglet's Pantry, Tiger, Leicester Garage Conversions, Pink Vehicle Leasing, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Moyer Wade Interiors, and our chosen charity, Memphis UK. We bring you the fans' views on the match each week, and your views matter to us. Join the fans' debate each match with us. Follow us at Leicester Fan TV.